Hey everybody, J-Man here, and welcome to the first of the next, well, at least probably a couple months worth of Fourth World Fridays. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to go through all of the Jack Kirby Fourth World stuff. We'll probably do about something like the Legion, like I guess 3 every time, and then we'll see how it works out. It might not work out perfectly. If there's like 4 left over, we'll just do 4, or if there's just 2, we'll just do 2. We'll do 3 for now, and see how that goes for everybody. So just a couple of other updates here before we get going. Monday, of course, is going to be the Legion of Superheroes live stream. So that's every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, except for the B Monday, which I'm on Clobberin Times channel for Earth B Bob Haney stuff. So everybody already knows that. And this Thursday, we're bringing back the Transformers Thursday. So Sean and I are going to be talking about the Marvel comics for Transformers. We're just going to do, for those, we're going to just do 2 at a time, I think, because they're a little bit longer, but also like when we do Legion of Superheroes right now, it's usually, they're usually just half, it's like half the book. So it's easier to do 3. For Transformers, they're a little bit longer, a little bit more in depth. So we'll probably just do 2 of those. So we'll just do the next 2 in the row. We're not going to do a Blue Beetle stream because I thought the movie was garbage. So I already posted a short video, which was already too long, but I did post a proper long video where I explain why it's garbage. And that'll be posted on Monday, unless you're on Patreon. If you're on my Patreon, then you'll get early access. It's up already. It was up this morning. So yeah, that's that. We're not going to do a live stream on Blue Beetle because it's just garbage and I don't want to talk about it. Okay, so that is that. Let us bring in our first of our regulars.
Hey,
what's going on?
When I did my review, all of a sudden the heavens opened up, and it's like I could barely hear myself. Like
I know, I couldn't see driving home.
I know.
So our 2 friends pulled over and didn't go home. They just stayed at a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I winged it. I just went really slow and just winged it.
I waited it out, and then it was still kind of raining, but it wasn't as bad as before. And I went in, and of course that ramp was closed. I didn't know that, so I had
so you could just go.
I figured.
Just go on Robert Speck, which is the next street that's close. You turn
right.
left.
Oh, turn left.
No, you turn left, and then that connects right to the highway.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, that might even be that actually might be a better way to go in general.
Yeah.
So I use Waze. I don't know if you use Waze, and on Waze you can pick your voice. So I've got Christina Aguilera as my voice. So she'd be like, turn left. And then she's like, woohoo, we made it. And I'm like, this is awesome. Christina Aguilera.
Yeah, I remember we used that for the last show we went to. And I remember I turned into the parking lot and it goes, woohoo, congratulations, you made it. And I'm like,
you made it. I'm
like, that Christina Aguilera?
That's good. Christina Aguilera is my instructor or my driving. That's awesome. All right. So let's bring in our special guest.
Well, hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Blue Beetle. Oh, sorry, I was just watching Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
If you're watching Blue Beetle, we might not be able to resuscitate you. I literally saw some people in the theater who are dead, and I'm like, I think they're just dead. I think it's over. I don't think we can do anything for them.
Well, at least they died mercifully.
Yeah.
I mean, look, they had a good choice. Finish watching this movie, die. I mean, tough choice, man.
It is tough. It is very tough. Okay, I did post a poll for these 3 issues. Oh, we've got okay. So I said, how would you rate these 3 Jimmy Olsen issues? 5 out of 5, 4 out of 5, 3 out of 5. We've got 1 for 5 out of 5, 1 for 4 out of 5, and 1 for 3 out of 5.
Wow.
So yeah, that's crazy. FKH 2005, 3 left makes a right. That is correct. Yes. Simply Steve. Oh, hey, Simply Steve. Figured Blue Beetle would be bad, not true to either. Can't. Correct. Yeah, it was garbage. Yeah. It wasn't true to anybody. And the problem is that I said this. They ruined a Jack Kirby thing, so that's an auto fail. I can't. It's like you shall not pass. Like that.
Yep.
It's like I can't. if you ruined a Kirby thing for no reason other than to ruin it, and I found out, I guess Clobby, you were saying, and I think Mark was saying that OMAC was used a little bit in the later DC or in the newer.
They've done it before.
Yeah, in the newer DC comics, right? Which I haven't read anything new. But if it's not Buddy Blank with like the mohawk, then I just like F this thing. I don't know what to tell you. I literally think that I've got that figure that you were showing. I literally think that guy looks awesome. Like I just thought he looked awesome. Like it had nothing. I didn't know anything about OMAC
too, man. With the girl in the briefcase and everything.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's awesome. It could just be its own movie, right? So
yeah. Well, I think he's really cool. So I grabbed his. I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff I got. I grabbed his collection as well because I never had that, and I grabbed Commandy Volume 1. Volume 2 is coming out, so
nice.
I'll just get the collections.
Nice.
I did get this. So I don't know if I showed this last time. Superpowers.
There you go. Oh yeah. Look.
What if I do this? Does that make? Oh, there you go. So I got Superpowers collection.
He did the first 2 series, and then
this is everything.
Too many series. That's all of it right there.
Yeah,
probably.
so there's 3 superpower series, and he did the first 2.
That's all I care about.
The other one that's not in there because
Well, yeah, Superpowers. It's still cool. I'll show you that after. So I don't know what I can show Sean. So it's my birthday today. Yay! So I got a few things. Sean got me number 1, which I never had. I don't have this one.
That's
I have
volume
it now.
2. Yeah.
I bought myself this Shaw Brothers Classics Volume 2.
Cool. I got one too. It's awesome.
Which you definitely need. Sean got me this, which actually I do have this already, so now I've got 2 of them. Yeah. If it's Lando, I bought it.
It's a cool figure. Yeah.
Isn't that from Roy's of Suewaker?
No.
No, that's the Billy D.
No, it's Billy D. It's the real Lando.
Fair Cup. No, yeah, but from that Ruse of Skywalker crap.
No.
I'm
It's not.
Just checking.
It's from Jedi.
Well,
it's his get from
it's from in Jedi when he's
we were just making sure to keep you free of ridicule.
Yeah, no worries. And then Sean got me the 4-part
I remember those.
Green Hornet.
Now Comics, yeah.
Now Comics, yeah. They're cool.
Yes.
And we're getting there. And then we got this too.
Oh,
that's an authentic tribute magazine.
Nice. Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a preview leading up to Revenge of the Jedi.
Yeah. Oh, it's so
cool to read now because they're talking about the Clone Wars not knowing what they're going to be. Yeah.
Right. They didn't know it was going to be shit.
1983. Yeah.
I got this for myself. Everyone, I know people don't like Tank Girl. Well, you guys suck. If you don't like Tank Girl, you suck. That's a fact.
Nothing against it.
And I asked her, can you write brush your teeth? And she did it in the way that she did it in the movie, where she's like, I have 2 words for you, brush your teeth. Oh my God. I'm so happy with this.
I thought she was kind of a cutie.
She is cute. I like her. She's really funny. And then Sean gave me these, which I need for my collection.
Got them, love them.
So I need these for my collection.
I love those digests.
And then Owen from the Action
Elite at this point, but
that's cool.
So this is like the story of the film.
Oh yeah, the storybook.
It's brand new. It's like the story of the making of it. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't opened it.
Oh heck! Oh, I thought it was the storybook thing. Yeah.
No.
Nice.
Conan's my favorite movie of all time. It was my first tattoo. This logo. Yeah. Oh, it's
popped out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's that. And I don't know, Sean, if you care, but the Lynn Carter, I don't know who wrote it with him, but Lynn Carter and someone else did the novelization of the film. That's being re-released in like a month or 2. So just
cool. Oh,
it's like $20. Just pre-order it.
Hellspring camp.
All right, and this one I haven't opened yet. Sean's got it too. We can do our double.
You just got it?
Let's get it all together. My finger's broken, so this is really hard to play.
It's heavy, man.
Oh, jealous.
When do twin powers
activate?
That's a big
I'm giving you mine.
That's got all of it.
Oh, you know what? We should have done that. I should have given it to you.
Yeah, it's like, thanks, man.
Oh my God, that was a missed opportunity. Damn.
Now, did you take the sleeve off? It's awesome.
No, I haven't opened it yet. No, my wife's like, you have to have all this stuff on display because it's like my birthday, so it has to be on a display.
Oh my God.
Wow. Orion? Is that Orion in a big Orion?
That's cool. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That's Orion.
It's a great little volume. The only thing is that the prose parts, like the written parts from the comics, aren't in here. And I noticed that when I looked at the scans, it's like, oh shoot, all that stuff's missing. Oh well.
So Sean, is
mean?
that you can answer
the
this?
pros bits. I should,
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
You can answer this right now because you've got yours opened. Is it in reading order?
It's in reading order.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It's
So
like
that's
after
good.
This is like
Starting with Jimmy
For-
Olsen.
it's
and
Forever
then,
People.
and yeah.
Yeah, Forever People, New Gods, Mr. Miracle, number 111.
Well, that'd be next week.
So next week is going to be Forever
number
People
one.
number
Yeah.
1,
Mhm.
New Gods number 1, and
Mr.
Mr. Miracle
Miracle
number 1. Yeah, all
Nice.
of those.
Yes.
So that is that. Okay, so did we miss anything? Lando came with Colt 45. Yeah.
You got your notes. I was trying to see who did the intros. It's Walt Simonson and can't remember who.
Hey Brian.
I think it was Evanier. Can't remember.
Mark Evanier used to write a lot of those.
Mark Evanier. Yeah.
Yeah.
Claude, what's going on?
Claude, what's up, dude? Brian, Steve, Simply Steve, FKH, all my buddies.
All
Good to
right.
see you, guy.
Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen. I've got this as my. I made a couple of iPhone. I'm like addicted to making random iPhone wallpapers now. That's what I do all day. So I made a few of these and sent them out, and I made and I've done some more
Nice.
graphics and stuff like that. So we're getting. I have the next week's. I should have the next week's graphic as well. Hold on, do I have next week's?
Yeah,
graphic?
no, it's up.
I do. I have the
Yeah.
next week's graphic. There you go.
Yeah.
So that's next
All
week.
right. Beautiful.
Awesome.
Some of my favorite covers. New
Yeah.
Gods number 1 is one of his greatest covers.
New Gods 1? Oh yeah, that's awesome. Man, I like Forever People. It just looks like it's like cool shit. Like it's like this, it's like
A bunch of space hippies. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I
That's
don't
what
know.
it is. Yeah.
I really like this. Like, I think what was special about like Kirby's like kind of just like style and imagination is that you feel like there's a lot of cool things happening. Like this is like, I feel like this thing can do a lot of awesome stuff. You're like, wow, what's this contraption going to do? Like when we see that vehicle, the mountain, it's coming up.
The mountain. Yeah.
It'll be in this stream.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh my God, like this thing is like, it's like you're trying to imagine it in like the real world, like this huge, like
You're looking at every detail where things connect, and it's like, what the hell? It's awesome.
Yeah, it's like it's
you
just
sat
so
there and
crazy.
drew this while
like
watching a Carson or something.
So I love this, like even this just like random, for all you like, look, it's like a keyboard and like you got the connector's head and it connects here. Like this is like awesome. Like and then like there's not one part where there's something not happening. Like it's like see here. I don't know if you can see. Can you see my mouse? It's green. You can see my mouse, right?
Yeah, I see it.
It's like this didn't need to be here.
Yeah, the button.
You know what I'm saying? Like this could have just been blue, right? This could have just been white. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like this could have all just been yellow, but that's not what Kirby does. It's like every little thing has like a little detail.
Yeah.
And again, if this was all yellow, and this was all blue, and this was all white, like you'd just be like, this is awesome. Like you wouldn't think any less of it, right? But it's just because there's so much. Like some of these movies, some of these drawings, which we'll see, it almost like hurts. You're like, oh my God, I've got to like I got to like put it back, like away from you to like kind of like absorb the whole thing. So that's just like one of the awesome parts of this. Okay, so
he's one of the first artists that made me read the story and then go back and stare at the art for an hour.
I agree.
Other artists have done that. Others have done that as well, of course, for me over time. But he was one of the first that did that for me.
Mm-hmm.
No, what's the first?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. And it's still that like half the time, you read it and then you go back, well, I want to look at all this stuff, and it's like, it just looks cool. Like, so even if you've read it, you go back. And I mean, I saw this thing with Todd McFarlane, which was very interesting, this interview that he did just recently. And he did say, Art, he goes, if you got a comic book drawn You know, I think he said Michelangelo. He goes, if Michelangelo drew a comic and my mom wrote it or whatever, he's like, it's gonna sell. Like, it's like if you see Jack Kirby's art, it's just gonna sell anyways. Like someone's gonna be, you're like, oh, I just gotta get. Even if the story sucks, like you're still gonna get it.
Yeah, but both are great. Did you do the experiment? I read the first few issues before this, like 230, 231, 232. And it's like your typical situational, you know, it's like
I didn't read it.
why is Jimmy Olsen revealing Superman's identity and stuff like that, and why is Superman a robot now, and and all that stuff. And it's it's the typical stuff.
It's a typical Jimmy shenanigans.
And it's night and day, man. It's like
okay. So I gotta tell you. So the reason we're even doing this is that we're doing the Legion Mondays, and then I'm like, so I'm reading these Jimmy Olsen books. So I found a few. I've talked to my buddy, and I got them all now. So anyway, so now that I had them all in my own way, and I'm like, let me read some of these Jack Kirby ones. And I read this one. I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. I've never read. Okay, so here we go. I've never read any of this. This is the first time I'm reading any of these comics.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I read 133. I was like, oh my God, this is just like, what the hell happened? And it is night and day. And and Sean, no, I did not read the last few up to this.
Yeah,
but we've been reading Jimmy Olsen for the Legion.
Yeah, you don't have to, but yeah.
And I got nothing against those Jimmy Olsens, and we've been reading them for the Legion stuff, and I've been reading through them just because they're kooky, right? Like it's just like a goofy thing. But I was reading this, I was like, oh shit, this is like hardcore awesome. Like, what the hell happened here? And like Jimmy Olsen leveled up. There's like a big action. She's like beating guys. I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And I'm like, man, Mark McClure, you need to level up here, buddy. Like you're not Kirby's Jimmy, that's for sure. But whatever.
I think it was before him. Maybe it was before Kirby. I can't remember. Don't hold me to this.
Yeah.
Well, they actually were, for some reason, him with this cute name for Mr. Action, Jimmy Olsen. But Kirby actually turned him into Mr. Action. Yeah. He was actually, he wasn't just a chump.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically very similar to Jack as a youngster. He's ready to fight. He's ready, to get into it.
Yeah.
So we're actually looking at the omnibus, basically what Sean and I just showed. We're looking at that on the digital here.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
When did this come out, by the way?
The one that we just got is pretty cool.
It's 2 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
It's funny because I want to get the other omnibus, which has the other stuff, but there is a Commandy omnibus, which is sold out. You can't find it anywhere.
No, but I bought the Commandy. They're bringing them out in the collections. And I like, you know what? I love this omnibus. I'm not going to say anything negative. 100%. It's 10 out of 10. But I can't read it. I can barely pick this thing up. But this superpowers thing that I got, which is very nice.
Yeah, it's
very lean, and it's the soft trade paperback. You can open it nicely, read it. I prefer that because I just can't read these omnibuses.
It's what you prefer, right? I don't collect omnibuses, but I do like having the nice big ones. I've got the Secret Wars 2 omnibus. It's nice to crack open. I've got the 2.
You were the one person who bought that? Awesome.
Yeah, I know, it's cool. No, I don't know. Look.
I just made a goof.
Secret Wars 2 sucks. It sucks. I'm just fascinated by it. It's like I can't believe it. It's like Jim Shooter's ego on full display.
I don't care. If the words Secret and Wars appear on the comic, I'm just gonna buy it anyways. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'm sure it's fine. I'll bring
the matches.
No, stay away from my Secret Wars 2 omnibus.
He's trying to learn how to be human, and there's one Spider-Man issue where Spider-Man teaches him how to take a poop, and that's real. That's a real issue. But anyway.
How about the one where he gets Daredevil's eyesight back, and Daredevil refuses it?
Yeah, because he doesn't have his powers anymore. So yeah.
Well, that's a tough one. Hey, Sean or Steve, what's going on, Steven?
He doesn't need him.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve. Sean loves Paul. He does love. Yeah, he's watched BVS about 100 times.
I have.
I don't
think they made that movie. I just can't believe it.
I don't think anyone has seen episode 1, The Phantom Menace, more than me.
Probably.
I watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I watch it every other day. It's on the TV. I don't know why I'm fascinated by it, but like I can't.
It's
I'm
good,
addicted to
man.
watching it.
The colors.
Every other
No one
day.
was making a movie like that.
And I've watched and I'm reading this right now, Master and Apprentice.
Oh, cool.
I really like this actually. I'm
One
liking
of the
this.
older books or that was new or no?
Well, it's with Qui-Gon and thingies, so it's a newer book, but it's with it's episode. It's like a year or two before episode 1 or something.
Who wrote this?
When was it published? It doesn't say Legends on it.
Is it Legend?
Oh yeah, it doesn't say Legends. You're right.
Oh, it would be in continuity though because
2019.
that era.
Who wrote it?
2019.
Yeah, okay, so it's
Who wrote
within continuity now. Who wrote it?
Claudia Gray.
Yeah.
Claudia
Oh
Gray.
God.
Yeah.
All right. See now about her. She's complicated. She's kind of an SAW biatch, but she's from down right where I live. However,
Oh yeah.
a good friend of mine who doesn't like the type of person that much, he didn't know anything about her. He just told me about. He's really liked that book. He's really liking. He's actually liked a couple of her comics. I mean not her Star Wars books.
So
Yeah.
I'm halfway. I'm literally halfway. It's 400 pages. I'm 200. I really like it.
There you go.
Yeah. Again, maybe I don't care. Yeah.
Tell you, J man, people don't like Claudia Gray.
Oh man, I didn't get the memo on that one.
Yeah.
The thing is, I don't care about unless you make a Blue Beetle movie where you literally are talking to me and saying I'm an idiot or whatever. If you're not doing that in your book, then that's like Qui-Gon to me is awesome, and he's the only Jedi to me that hasn't been ruined by Disney in some way yet. Yet he will be, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So he's the only Jedi who's a real Jedi still. Everyone else has been ruined by some stupid thing or another. He died before they got to ruin him, so so he's now automatically my favorite Star Wars character. He hasn't been ruined. Anyways, all right, so let's get into it. Oh, okay.
Whew.
All right, so
we have
yes,
Jimmy,
go ahead.
Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, number 133, October 1970. Just of note, everyone. This comic book right here is the beginning. It is the first step into the Bronze Age of comics. I pronounce that, and I don't care. I will argue with anyone to the death that is what it is, because it represents when Jack Kirby left Marvel Comics, of course, to go over to DC Comics. This is Jack Kirby's first work for DC since he left Marvel, of course, since his early days, or in around the late 50s. And it's his first time ever to do anything to do with Superman. Another thing. And of course, he introduces so many other things. So yes, right here, folks, October 1970 begins the Bronze Age that we are about to start. So we are here with this is history, folks, right here. Cover artist Jack Kirby, Vince Coletta, Al Plastino, Gaspar Saladino, and of course the interior and the story art. The credits are the writers Jack Kirby, pencilers Jack Kirby, and Al Plastino. The reason why they're putting Plastino there is because he did the Superman faces. That's another story.
Right.
Superman Kirby was never allowed to draw Superman's face. So everything's Kirby except for Superman's face in the comics. Inker Vince Coletta, and yet it's still good. Lettering by John Costanza. Editors E. Nelson Bridwell and Marty Boltonoff. What a team they always were. E. Nelson Bridwell is considered an encyclopedia of DC history, and Marty Boltonoff frequently edited and palled around with Bob Haney. Make of that what you will.
Oh, awesome.
Over to you, J-Man.
All right. And I wanted to say too, so this is what I heard, Clobber, you can correct me. So Kirby came to DC. They basically said you could do whatever you want. And he said, who's got which book doesn't have a standing creative team? Like, is there any book that's not that doesn't have a regular, like an actual creative team that's there? And they said Jimmy Olsen, and he's like, sure, I'll take that.
Give me your oldest seller. And he was wily about that because I think Kirby knew that, because he said, look, if I get Jimmy Olsen, it's called Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Right.
I can start my fourth world because they're going to give me some other titles as well, right?
Yep.
So I can start it there. Nobody reads the comic, and I can use Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's never touched Superman before.
Yeah, and two things. It's Kirby Superman, which is awesome.
Yep.
And the other thing, he didn't want to put anyone out of work. That was the thing.
That was what I heard. Yeah, because Jimmy Olsen didn't have a set creative team. It was just like whoever had time would just random
Like a
people
few
were
other
doing
books,
it.
right?
Like
Exactly.
any other guy would be a prima donna, right? But like like he's pretty big in the industry. He could get any of the titles he wanted, but he
And
didn't
nobody
want
else
to do
wanted it.
that, right?
Right. Nobody wanted Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
They didn't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So that's another very good point about the King there. So there you
And
go.
I'm going to be buying all of these issues for sure in physical form. I don't care what
Oh,
it
yeah.
costs.
Some
I'll
of
get
them
it.
aren't that much.
First Dark Side's really the big one. I'll pay it. It's not as much as anything. I'm crazy. I'll pay it. I got over $1,000 right here. I'm just laying here. I will go pay it right now.
I have every
I'll pay it.
issue, and then when I filled in my collection of it, they were in quarter bins.
Wow.
In the 80s and 90s.
Well, just things of note for this issue: Newsboy Legion, the Whiz Wagon, Morgan Edge doing some crap, Outsiders, Habitat. So I just wrote a couple of things to look out for.
Yeah, these 3 issues alone birthed like the DC universe for the next 30 years or so. I know that people will say, no, that's Crisis. No, like most of what they dovetail off of is introduced here and in future issues too. I mean, like Darkseid's used as their big battle all the time now, and and Apocalypse is mentioned in like 135, right? But we'll get into it.
Okay, so so we're here. So Jimmy comes in. There's the Newsboy Legion. So this is Jimmy Olsen, Superman's pal, brings back the Newsboy Legion. So we'll get introduced to all of those guys in a little bit.
Another creation of Kirby, of course.
Yeah,
from the 1940s,
which is awesome. Now here's the car, the Whiz Wagon. They're kind of tuning it up here, and it's just like, I mean, this is okay. So this is the first page. And I actually like the way that like Jimmy's already like kind of like a more aggressive. Like it's just like he feels like he's a bit more in charge, and he's got purpose to him. And Jack Kirby does do that with his characters. Like they feel like there's a purpose, like they've got some sort of momentum.
Well, they're posed usually. They're
posed, right?
Yeah,
they're not standing like our good friend. Oh man,
14.
Look,
I love it.
One panel and it looks like it's moving.
No, okay. So let's take a closer look at this stuff here. So, I mean, we don't need to go through every little detail of everything, but like everybody is doing some sort of awesome thing, and then like there's like this guy on the tire here falling over, and this guy's here grabbing. I don't know all their names. Sorry, this is the first time I've read these comics ever, so I don't know all these characters.
All I remember is Flippa Dippa.
Flippa Dippa. There's big words. There's I'll remember the names as we go. So, anyways, there's like. You're introduced to this vehicle and you're like, oh, I can already see this being a toy. Like this needs to, like, and I mean, within one page, I'm like, I need the Newsboy Legion toy set, right? Like, it's like, you already want the play set, like car and all that. I'm a toy person. So I immediately start thinking, oh, what can I get out of this? Pretty cool. Like all the details here, like even just like, wrenches and shit. That's pretty awesome. All right. So they're basically introducing everybody here, and here we got their names. So Gabby Jr. So let's talk about their dad. Big words. Flipper Dipper.
Flippa Dipper.
Yeah. But he says that's Flipper Dipper. So but when he says he's like Flippa Dippa.
Yeah.
Tommy. I like how it's just like Tommy. Like what happened here? Like why? It's like. Scrapper Junior, Scrapper Junior.
Yep.
And there you go. It's like, oh, our dads were all the big famous guys. It's like, okay. There's Morgan Edge. You lost your edge. So here he's not Superman's brother like he was in Man and Lois.
This is the Morgan Edge I know. And they kept using him for like for Justice League and everything like that. Like just the shady businessman who's like, he's not your typical billionaire. He's got some, and of course in this story, he's working for something else.
Well, I'm gonna spoiler what he is.
Yeah. So okay, so basically here he's trying to kill Clark actually, and he sends him all. And this panel here is really good. I like this. Like he just looks very sinister. This is like in the movie when the guy leaves the room and then the villain kind of sits back. It's like, oh, it's oh, you know what it reminds me of in Batman '89 with Jack Palance, where he sends off Jack, and then he goes, "Your
My
luck
friend.
is about to change," or whatever, right?
My friend.
Yeah. That's this part in the movies where that's like
You are my number one guy.
Yeah. All right, and Clark Kent's like, this guy's a jerk. Anyway, so he makes the big call like, "Oh, you kill the bastard." So little do they know that it's Superman, and he can't get killed by just getting hit. So then he just pretends to be sick for the rest of and that kind of gets
Don't
rid
really
of
tell
Clark.
you much. I mean, they make you think the guy got, absolutely blasted by a damn car, but then they look at, hey, he's fine.
Yeah, oh, he's fine. He's good.
I do like the crowd shot of the people being freaked out.
But
this woman's traumatized for life.
If a car hits Clark Kent that hard, it's going to shatter into a bazillion pieces.
Yeah, the car, yeah.
He rolled with it.
Sorry, Jack. I didn't mean to, we didn't nitpick you there, buddy, but
he rolled with it, Clobby. He kind of rolled with it.
So. He was Mannix. The Mannix.
Yeah, so there you go. So it's fine. It's fine. Meanwhile, we've got the cars all built up, ready to go. They're driving it. Flip-a-dippa. Here's where it says. So now it's going into the water. This is like the big vehicle of all. This is the Lotus from Spy Who Loved Me.
And the car was financed by Morgan Edge.
Yes, sorry, I haven't been going through the story. Really, we're just. I don't want this to be super technical. Have fun with it.
Yeah.
Yep, he bought him the first Kirby machine of the Bronze Age of the DC universe was that car.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then look how awesome these guys are.
I know every throwaway guy in this is wicked. When we get to
where'd you get that Doctor Doom mask?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah,
he's got a Doctor Doom mask.
Different versions. Yeah.
I've always been a fan of the Doomster. You think it looks pretty good? Well, I wouldn't want him to keep you wearing it if I were you. I'm just saying.
This is awesome.
Too.
Yeah. So the outsiders take what they want. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, we got some Kirby bikes.
Yeah. Oh man, I would definitely do a Kirby bike. I'd definitely ride one of those. All right. So again, nobody look at Flippa. Like this is how he exits the car. Like it's like this. It's like
kind of like a frogman. Yeah.
It's right. It's not just like you just get out. Like you'd get out. It's like whoosh. Like I gotta
if you think he's like goofy and stupid looking, he has a specialty, right? So
he's cool.
Yeah.
It's Mad Max. Yeah, it's basically Mad Max. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so now they're gonna fight these guys. So these guys are blasting away, and come in. They're coming in for a fight, and then boom, he gets nailed here.
And it's like it's Flip-a-dippa, right?
Flip-a-dippa.
And he doggy kicks them out. Yeah.
Now this page. This is straight out of Captain America. This is literally no, I'm serious. This is because I was really heavy. I got Captain America 100, I got 101, and I got 100, 101, 103. I missed 102 for some reason. I couldn't get number one, but I've got like those first early, a couple of those early Kirby ones, and you're like, this like comes right out of Captain America.
Yeah,
like it's just like major fighting going on, and everyone's like involved in some kind of brawling. Tommy's just punching this bastard, and then Scrapper comes in and blam, and then Jimmy gets pissed, and so this is the leader fellow, and it's like boom, and it's like this massive punch. I was like, whoa!
He doesn't know he's the leader yet. Yeah, I mean, he punches him, and it's like, okay, well, I did this. It's awesome.
It's a cool Doom match, whack. Yeah,
he's like, take me to your leader. He's like, that was our leader.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's like, well, and then this big dude shows up. These big guys come in. These like, Judas Priest characters come in, or like Led Zeppelin or something. Badass. Yeah, he's a badass mofo, and they're like, "Yo, you're a mofo, man." It's like and Morgan Edge calls to see how Clark's doing. Well, he does. Well, Clark phones, and Morgan Edge is surprised because he thought he was dead or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he changes to Superman, and he flies off. And then he's able to kind of track where the car went.
Yeah, with his heat vision, has he done that before this? Or
I don't know. Look, it's kind of neat though.
That's straight out Kirby looks like to me. I'm not saying it is. He hasn't, but I don't ever remember him doing that before or since. But he may have.
But it's
I also
neat though.
like the way it's portrayed. It's like a big black. It looks like powerful, right?
Yeah, it's like whoosh, and then it's like a scanning.
Very cool.
It's like scans for heat. He's the predator. No, okay. So then he lands. Okay, so he's looking for these guys. He's using his vision here, and then he like flips. I like flipping this thing open here, going down into this big area. He comes up to this dude here, who like this is like such a New Gods kind of looking guy.
Yeah.
He's like meditating here. He's like a hippie or whatever on a tree.
He's just way laid back, man. Hey,
He's
man.
laid back.
What you say, Superman? I like that outfit, buddy.
It's the dude. I think this is the dude. They could have put this as the dude from Big Lebowski.
That's the dude.
So yeah, you got this gas or whatever. It's like, yeah, okay. These guys come over and they don't believe. I always like when they don't believe that it's the real guy. Like that's a great trope. It's like, hey, what's with that goofy costume? Maybe they did that in Supergirl because I watched that a couple weeks ago. And it's like, ooh, what are you supposed to be, Superman's best friend or something? And it's
it's like incredible.
Oh, hey, Raquel, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? I'm talking a long time.
Number one, love you.
I can't do the Wii, so I'm just not gonna. No, it was all a fail. You guys look like idiots now. That's why I didn't do it.
I tried.
It was awful, to be honest with you. All right. So okay, so say, hey, you're not the real Superman, are you?
That was the first giveaway.
They just shoot him and he just smashes this crap. It's like, yeah, okay, that's like, I don't, I am Superman.
I am Superman.
I like this panel a lot because I like this, like, I like when there's like mayhem, and like Jack Kirby really does mayhem in a cool way where it's just like, fuck. It's like you just see like these guys are like shit. Everyone's like getting out of like this guy right here, he needs to get out of here. He's just like, look, leg fully out. Like that's like for you to. I can't do it with. Let me do it. Like I need. You know what? I need an action figure to like do what. It's like this. Like the legs like out. Like it's like I got to get out of this spot.
He's like, you can't see my Captain America here.
And these will be my next glasses. My next prescription glasses are going to be these right here that Jimmy here is wearing.
Big mask.
I'm going to get those. I'm going to get those as my prescription. As my prescription glasses. I'm wearing blue, so it kind of fits. Yeah. Great page here. Vroom, here come the guys. So I like this. These panels. It's really cool. And it's like whoa, like it's like and there's like rocks. Like it's not just they come in. It's like. It's like they enter and it's like a big deal that they're here because there's like rocks everywhere and
well, it's 2/3 of the page too. So
yeah, it's like a super entrance. It's an entrance. I love that they're like, it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, Superman can just get the crap. It's like, I'll deal with them. Jimmy's great here. All of a sudden, he's the bad boy with the blue glasses. And it's like, I got this. I got this down here. Superman's like, what the hell's going on around here? And they blast him with the kryptonite mist or whatever, which Superman gets blasted with kryptonite items a lot.
Yes.
A lot. That is the go-to. How do we get Superman out of the picture? Mist?
Kryptonite. Yeah.
Kryptonite mist or whatever. But he's too overpowered. He's just too overpowered to write stories for. Anyways, I already did my video on that. I'm very happy with it. It's got a couple hundred views and some people were like, I was too nice. I'm like, well, okay, so Soups is taking he's down for a minute here. What's Morgan Edge up to? Well, he's making a long distance phone call. No, I guess he is making a long distance phone call. No. Not in this city, right? So this is the Doc. So Doc Savage had this, had like a answering machine that would record on a record on an
Yeah.
LP or whatever, right? Anyway, but he calls in. So this is Superman's voice. It's programmed to talk as Clark. I guess there's no Clark robot around or whatever, whatever. Superman took a nap because he was tired, and he woke up. He's like, "Oh, I had a great dream about Lois," and so he's like, "Here, have some water."
Too young to hear about it.
You guys are too young to hear about that dream. I just like that he's drinking the water. I don't know why I found this to be kind of cool. Like, you don't see Superman doing like a normal act. Like, it's just like, yeah, he drank the water.
There's a scene later on, I guess it's in the next issue, where he's helping himself to like the food and
I like that. Because it makes him more human. Go ahead, Clubby. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say this is a good example, perfect time to take a close look at the face.
Yes.
I don't think I think it was Al Blasting. It looks more like a Kurt Swan. I mean, that's Kurt. I mean, Murphy Anderson to me, but a lot of them, contributed to the faces throughout the course of the series. I'm like, you look at that and look at the Kirby faces. So I love those artists we're talking about. There was absolutely no reason for DC to do that.
Who ordered that? Do you know?
Carmen Infantino.
Yeah,
he was the boss. I mean, and that came from on high.
Right.
And it's nonsense because, like, why did you get Jack Kirby? This is the Jackie Chan rule. Yeah, I don't call it the Jack Kirby rule, but I can now. But I call it the Jackie Chan rule. Yeah, we got Jackie Chan. He does all of his own stunts. He's amazing. This is the best. Okay, he's not going to do any stunts anymore. He's not doing it.
That was his Hollywood output. Yeah,
that was the Hollywood output. Right, and that's why all those movies were in.
And they asked him what happened. He's like, "Oh, all these insurance companies and stuff, like, they don't have that crap in Hong Kong." It's like,
oh my god, yeah. Hong Kong, you break a finger. They're like, "Oh, well, you take the afternoon off. No problem. It's no problem. Take the afternoon. I'll come back tomorrow. It's fine." It's like, no, I need more time. No, you're fine. I told you, my grandfather lost his finger, had the afternoon off. They gave him the Friday off. It's like, don't worry about it. Come back on Monday. It's great. It's like, I've literally lost the tip of my finger. Yeah, it's fine. Right?
I don't know why they thought it mattered.
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, because the other thing was saying, Superman needs a consistent look, and Kirby's too unique.
It's funny. It's only Superman, right? Like, they didn't do that with Jimmy Olsen, right?
No,
right.
No.
And
you can tell.
Yeah.
Look at the faces right there from that kid. Yeah. Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could tell that something's off. It's like, this is not the same. And so when I was reading this, I didn't know the face thing till I researched it. And I thought, is this Kirby? And I couldn't wrap my head around it. I'm like, something's weird with this face, like with the face. I was like, okay. Yeah. I was like, okay, I guess maybe Kirby just altered his style to look different. I don't know. I didn't get it. And I didn't even dawn on me. I researched it on the net after all of that. I was like, oh my God, he didn't draw the faces. Like, why? Like, it's so weird. Yeah. There's no need, but he draws everybody else. So, like, what's the point? Like, anyway, look, check this. This is like friggin', this is the Time Machine remake, which I didn't think was that great. It was okay. I prefer the original Time Machine movie, but this reminded me of it with like those big, like having all of those things on the side there, like so this is the habitat, right?
It's all wood, yeah. No, this is wood. Visionary. Like, I've never seen anything like this since before. And even Superman's like, I've never seen anything like this. Like, well, me neither, Superman. What the hell, man? It's pretty awesome.
Everywhere he goes, Jack Kirby does one thing automatically when he sets foot into, especially after this point, and that's world building.
Yeah.
And he brings you somewhere. He doesn't just, plop you down and tell you stories in the same old places, or he builds this extraordinary world out of nowhere and brings you to it, including, and to imagine doing that with Superman.
Right.
Yeah.
What he's doing, yes, it's a Jimmy Olsen comic book. But make no mistake, this is Kirby getting a whole chance to do Superman,
right?
Bring him into essentially a whole other world around Superman. I mean, obviously it goes beyond that because eventually extends into the DC universe and all that stuff with other characters. But to start that off with Superman.
Yeah. And this is my. Go ahead, Sean. Sorry.
It feels fresh. Like, it feels like I've never seen these kinds of stories before, and like, this is, I think we're still in the first issue, right? This is all one issue.
No, I know, that's why I said in the beginning, there's Newsboy Legion returns, Whizwagon, new thingy. Now, Outsiders, they're new, right? That wild area, Habitat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things in this, and this is what 18
Morgan
pages?
Edge is
Morgan
a brand
Edge
new creation. He's going to be used a lot.
Yeah, I did put Edge.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, that's a lot of things for 18, whatever this is, 18 pages or whatever. I don't know what or 22 maybe. I don't know what it is. But this doesn't have the number. Oh, it does have the numbering. It does have the numbering.
22, yeah.
It does have numbering. This is my favorite Jimmy Olsen. Like this face, like this to me is now ingrained in me as Jimmy Olsen. And actually, I respected. I mean, I didn't care about Jimmy Olsen, to be honest. But after this, I mean, he really leveled up for me a lot. Like, I'm definitely buying these 100%. I don't care what it costs. I'll have them. I will get them. And I really leveled up with Jimmy on this to the point where I will even get some of the other Jimmy Olsen comics just because of how awesome this is. And actually, this actually angers me a bit more with the way that they portray Jimmy now in other media. And it was funny, too, because I was watching the Supergirl TV series to finish it off. And I just read these. I was like, oh man, I just can't, like, it's like they just don't know what to do with Jimmy. They just ruin that character a lot. And it just like, I don't know, but he's so great in these comics.
Yeah.
And I feel that it is his book. Like Superman is in it, but he doesn't overshadow. Like to me, I was like, Jimmy's awesome. Like, I'm like, yeah, this, and I like the Newsboy Legion too. They're pretty awesome too. And I'm like, Superman's obviously the best character. And he's my favorite character. So just him being there is awesome. But like, it really leveled up Jimmy. Like usually Jimmy was goofy. Like all the other ones that we were reading, like for the Legion streams, it's like he's goofy in his own comic. He's goofy, right? But in this one, it's like, whoa, he leveled him up. Like first panel, it comes in, what's going on here? Oh, we're doing this. Okay, let's get the car. Let's go on this thing. Morgan Edge needs us to find these guys. Let's go. You're like, holy shit, this guy's like taking charge.
He wrote Superman so well. He wrote him like, the adult in the room like he should be. But he was respectful to him. I mean, it's just, it never really is stated enough that this is Kirby Superman. The only time you ever really get it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to save this picture because I really like this panel. Might use that for something. Okay. So where are we at here? All right. So, Newsboy Legion, blah, blah, blah. And then this is the end here. They've got to find the Mountain of Judgment. So they're going to go on the Zoom way. And find the Mountain of Judgment, and that's where we end off.
That is so jacked, by the way.
Which is great. Yeah, Zoom way.
Judgment.
Yeah, yeah. This is all so good. It actually makes me sad for the comics industry that they're not doing anything remotely. I just reviewed a bunch of comics, and I've been reading my current comics, and I don't want to bash on current comics, but there's nothing that excites me. Like I read this, and this is, I don't know how many years old, whatever it is. I don't know what the date is.
About 50.
Okay.
Yeah. Back.
Wow. That's okay.
It's 1970.
70s.
Yeah.
So from the 70s, I read this and I immediately got excited for Jimmy Olsen, the Newsboy Legion. I always like Darkseid anyways, because I have the toys and I've got, I always like Darkseid from Superpowers. I always like Superpowers, but this like really like got me so excited. Like, oh, I got to get all these. And then like right after I read these 3 issues, I actually unfortunately canceled a few of my weekly pickups. I canceled 2 or 3 comics from my pull because I'm like, you know what? Why am I spending money? I'd rather take, because now it's for in Canada, it's about $6 or $7 per comic. Yeah. So that's $20 a month I can put away. And there's no way this issue's $20. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like some of the ones that aren't worth that much are not going to be that much. I could buy this versus buying some new thing that I'm just reading just to read. Like, I don't,
Way to be, man.
1953. Thanks. Yeah.
Just scroll up to the beginning of this page, though.
Sorry.
This last page. Scroll up a bit more. I love the detail of the crinkled yellow.
Yes.
On the back there. It's cool.
Oh, I was supposed to wear that today. I forgot.
What's that?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I've got the shirt of the red with the yellow. I'll wear it next time.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. I
love that.
Oh, no,
Very
and
cool.
my wife likes that shirt a lot too. And I was like, it's my birthday today. So she's like, well, wear the red shirt. I was like, oh, that'll fit in with the Jimmy. And I totally forgot. I was like, I got up there for Superboy. I was like, oh, let me wear Superboy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I totally forgot.
You did all the birthday stuff on a different day.
No, I don't do birthday stuff. It's like I just buy what. Well, we had a nice lunch today. I worked today. I did my day job today. Yeah, no, we watched Starsky and Hutch for lunch, and then tomorrow we're gonna watch Buckaroo Banzai. So I get to pick all the movies. So we're watching Buckaroo Banzai tomorrow.
Oh my god, one of the greatest.
Yep. So we're gonna watch that tomorrow, and then we're gonna watch this Agatha Christie thing on Sunday because I also like regular movies. So we're gonna watch. There's a series of movies where Agatha Christie plays herself going on mysteries. So she was missing for like 11 days or something. Like there's that whole thing where she was missing in real life for 11 days. Yep. So this movie is, well, what did she do on those 11 days? And she solved this murder. So I got into that. I'm like, I really like period stuff a lot. Like we watched Downton Abbey, and I love Gilded Age and all those. So I love the period drama things, Gosford Park, all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Anyways, all right.
Okay.
So the mountain, sorry, what am I saying? A Mountain of Judgment. Okay, so issue 2, and I don't know if we want to do the same thing. We just
Superman's pal, Jimmy. If you want, I'll just do it real quick.
Sure, yeah, I'll put you on the top.
Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, number 134, December 1970. Artist, well, your cover artist is Neil Adams on this one, folks. A pure Adams, penciling and inking, apparently. Writer, of course, duh. King of Comics, Jack Kirby. Also on the pencils, the great Jack Kirby. Inkers, the Destructor of it was held in check here, and let's give him some credit, Vinnie Coletta. And I do believe it was edited by it's not on here. It was edited by somebody. Probably Nelson Bridwell. But it's not listed. Nor well, how dare them not in. Come on, boys, you gotta ink. I mean, list those letters and colorists. What's wrong with you? DC data paste. All right, well, but there you go.
So things of note, Mountain of Judgment, that awesome car, which we're going to see. We've got the Harrys. Is that what they're called?
The Harrys, yeah.
Actually, the Harrys, for lack of a better term.
Harrys, yeah. And obviously Darkseid first appearance in like a little panel. Yeah. Now, that counts as a full appearance because we saw his face, right?
Yes.
Don't get me started about this cameo versus.
Well, it doesn't matter because he's named and we see his face, so I would count that as a appearance. Or
yes, much like I would count Hulk 180 as the first appearance of Wolverine, and Amazing Spider-Man 299 as the first appearance of Venom, rather than 300 and 181. And like it's a whole thing, but this is the first. This is acknowledged as the first appearance of Darkseid.
If he's named and you see his face,
it should be the first appearance.
That's the first appearance.
I know.
I don't. No, I'm not even trying to be weird about it. It does. I don't like. Why isn't it?
I don't know.
Why would it not?
I don't know.
What I don't.
The fandom out there decides that this is a cameo and this is a first appearance. I don't know.
Yeah, but a cameo is an appearance.
Ridiculous.
Key collectors. Let's say key collectors.
Yeah, it's key collectors. They're trying to make a name. They have the one issue. They're like, I'm going to die on the hill of this. This is the first appearance. But it's the one before that. Anyway, this is the first appearance of Darkseid.
Yeah, this is not argued because it's definitely the first. Do you want me to just scroll through this or does someone else want to talk over it?
Go for it.
I'll just keep on. I'll move myself back. Okay, so we got right away. We got this car, man. This is all this freeway here. We're riding on the freeway. Sorry, getting our all ready to go here. And now we got to see a little bit more of this place, which we get a different angle. Before we were kind of like on this side, like we were just seeing over here. Mm-hmm. But now we got like a full good view of all this, and that's pretty exciting. And Jimmy's got his big suit, his leisure suit. All right, guys, we're ready to go. He's like, yeah. And these scruffians are here. It's like you got your Led Zeppelin guys on the side here, and your Remy's and your got all your guys here. Your Judas Priest guys. All right, the Outsiders
as well. Yeah.
Sorry, Sean?
There's a GBS camera as well, which will figure in later.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Galaxy
Spoilers. Spoilers. Okay, so they're getting ready to go. So this is all Morgan Edge's big thing where he sent these guys out. He's provided the vehicle. He wants them to contact this group. We don't know exactly what's going on. Oh, the Harrys, get an interview or whatever, get shots of them. And then you can keep the car. So the payment, if they're able to complete this, is they actually get to keep the Whiz wagon. So that's why they're doing it. Anyway, okay, so Superman. Okay, so it's like they're here, and Superman's like, I followed the boys here to stop them from finding the Mountain of Judgment. It means certain death for them. You're like, whoa, buzzkill. It's like, you said in the last comic that the mountain is going to be in this one, so we better see the mountain here. And I don't know why they think they're like, this guy's like, the talk's over, Superman.
Yeah, who's this
Here's
guy?
some action. Like, who this guy knows ain't a good idea. This guy's like, no, that's not. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And then it's just like, what the hell's this? It's like smash. This guy's like, whoa. It's like they flip, and then boom. Oh, not the bazooka, but not a Bazooka Joe here. He grabs. This is cool though. He grabs it. And it's like, and then it's kryptonite gas.
Yikes.
It's like, Soups, dude. They nailed you with this last time. Come on,
Come on, man.
help me out here. Oh my god. All right, and then we got the action pose of like, where is this taking place? This is like awesome. And they lift them up. Now, kudos, I gotta say though, kudos to it is the cover. Like, the covers are not cheating us like that, like they've done in so many of these comics that we've been reviewing every Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern, the Legion of Livestream, Legion of Superheroes Livestream. No, but we've been faked out so many times on these, and I've been reviewing those Supergirl adventure comics. I love Supergirl, so I've gotten into heavy into those, and I've been reviewing them, and they're all like, "We hate you, Supergirl!" Like, oh, here we go again, one of these, and but he's not doing that. The cover is the real thing. Like this
like the splash page was part of the story, not some extra cover.
Not an extra cover, right? So that, I don't know, is that the first time that can't be, is that the first time that's happened?
What?
No.
Oh, no.
Marvel
Kirby never really did that too much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they did it. He did sort of, but not like, yeah.
Yeah, because like, I mean, in all the Jimmy Olsens and all the Supergirls and all those other ones that we've been reading, those older ones, it's all those like second covers are goofy, like things that don't even happen. Like, Supergirl tried to murder me, and then it's like that didn't happen. Like, you're like, okay, it's like that. It's like, this is crazy. The worst one was, I just read one where it was like, Superman's like, Supergirl's helping those female criminals, and then Supergirl's like, "I'll beat you up, Superman, if you don't leave us alone. I'll take care of you." And then that literally didn't happen. She literally left a message saying, "I got this." He's like, "Okay." I'm like, that conversation didn't even happen. But I love Supergirl, so I don't care. All right, so they're on their way. Because that's what they're supposed to do. So Jimmy is more of a go-getter in this. He's a news guy. He's a reporter. He's like, I'm going to go get the story. I'm Morgan Edge is counting on us to do it. He's given us this vehicle, and I like that. I like that he's like, okay, I'm gonna do it. So now that we're going through the thing, I love this here where Jimmy uses his instincts on this one.
The road just ends. He's like, that can't be. So
right. Yeah. And he just smashes right through it. This is like Buckaroo Banzai. He just went right through the mountain.
Right through the mountain.
That is weird. But no, it's all fake. So it's like a fake. It's a facade or whatever. It was just camouflage. Oh. Okay. So now everyone's like, whoa. It's like, now it's like Mad Max or whatever. I like, some of these guys are pretty neat. I like this purple guy. He's kind of cool. Like, so, you get a good sense of, okay, I like that there's a sense of like the road is dangerous and there seems to be a lot of obstacles. And this idea of like turning it, see how it's like, this is like a weird, you're like, okay, this looks like a dangerous curve here. Smashing through here is cool. This is like, you're going through all this stuff. Smoke is like building up in the back here. And then this kind of angular, like them going up here, and it's like all these boulders, like look this, like it feels like anything on here can kill you, and like this, like whoa, keep your cool, whoa. It's like it's like a video game or whatever. It's very like cinematic. It's like cinematic action.
Oh yeah, Kirby action, man. He was really at this point at Marvel. He really honed and defined a sense of action. Each page you can tell it's moving. Look at that. And what's just like
so again, look at how great this is. This is it's a big or half a pager. It's like guys are like look at this. Like I like how there's like depth to like look at this guy. He's like, oh shit, I can't make it, and he's like kind of right in front of us. Yeah. And then like you see like there's this guy and then this guy and then that guy. So it's like him. Like I can see them all, and you can almost see it as a movie where it's like all the guys are jumping over, and there's like one guy here and one guy here, and like they're all like, whoosh, and then you got one guy like right here is like, oh. So I mean, like again, if this guy wasn't here, and this was just this kind of cream color, you would still say this is awesome, but it's like he fills every little corner of everything. Like it's like, oh, let's just shove a guy, halfway through here. Let's just like have this guy in the back. Again, if this guy was missing and if this guy was missing, it'd still be cool. But they're all here. Like he just keeps shoving everybody in here.
Yeah, I missed it.
At Marvel, then he would have Vinny would have
erased it.
All of those people. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there was 4 more people and they all got erased.
Kirby didn't color this, did he?
No.
Or maybe
not usually.
No, okay.
No,
they probably gave
do.
some direction to it, no?
I have no idea how does that work? Because the problem is it's not like this is not Superman. So how do I know what color this is? Does he tell them or how does that work?
Yes, he usually does. He has like color codes and things and such.
Numbers, yeah.
I've got a color code. I've got one of those. I got an original color code thingy where they have the lines and the numbers, right, to tell you what ink it is or whatever. Like I've got one of those for Submariner. It's in my glass case over there.
Wow, this is weird. They still don't. This info's really skinflint on this particular issue. Wow. There's no color, even though when the Grand Comics database, the DC Comics database is one thing. They're lacking a lot of times. The backup and the best one ever to go to is the Grand Comics database, and they've got a question mark on the colorist.
Huh.
So I want to say that the colorist was probably the same colors they usually used on issues, which just happened to be oh God, who was that again? I think it was. I'll find out right now.
And by the way, Club.
Yes.
Got your message on X or Twitter, and that is the same list I used, so I'm good.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, that's the one I used.
Well, see, they don't have a color. I mean, Kirby may have colored them. Oh, well, wait a minute. The old messed up ticker inside my head is starting to put something together here. Sometimes you didn't see color inks. Color credits on some of these. Is because Jack did it in house, and when he didn't do it all of it, he had Roz do some of the coloring for him.
Oh.
And Steve Sherman or some of the other guys that worked with Jack at the time. Mark Evanier was not. I don't know if he was there with him. Was he with him yet? He might have been, and a couple of others. Mike Royer. So it could well be that when there's a question mark in the there's no credit for the coloring, is because Jack took care of it. Either he did most of it, and he had Ross, because I know Ross used to do some coloring for him. This could have been, at that point, this could have been what was going on. This was right in the midst of his move to California.
Okay, so then they just don't put a credit then, right? Because it's just like he did it, so it's okay.
That's again, I should have realized that, or more importantly, I should have remembered reading that a long time ago. But that's going to be my opinion, because if you look at a lot of these issues of this run, they don't have a color colorist credit.
Well, it's pretty cool because like look at this now. So they're still on the zoom way trying to find that mountain, and like now it goes in the. Like, I feel like this is like Sonic the Hedgehog or something. It's like now they're in the water.
Yeah.
And then here, Flippa Dippa is on the job, baby.
Yeah.
Flippa Dippa.
He's pretty cool. So you got all these little guys in their little thingies. So they're in the car. And I like how these guys just go under. Like they're like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah. And they got bubble helmets, so
they do have bubble
they
helmets.
said
Yeah,
snap on your bubble helmet. Yeah.
yeah. They have the helmets or whatever.
So Flipper sets off a charge because there's something blocking their way.
Yeah.
And it goes off early, but he manages to hitch a ride on the fin of the like on the spoiler of the whiz wagon.
Yeah. Zwoosh.
Yeah.
Zwoosh. They like literally yank him back in, and bang, bam, bam. And now we've got this. So they're in this funky zone here.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the heavy metal intro where they're dropping the car out of space.
Yeah.
Mhm.
When they're playing Radar Rider.
This is sort of revolutionary at the time. I guess this was used in like fanzines and things, but like for a major comic to do this.
Yeah, I was completely stunned. I was like, what's going on here? Like, what happened?
I could not tell you the first time he did it. Of course, he did it if he did it for Marvel before he did it for DC. What they call the Kirby collage.
Mhm.
But I'll never forget the first time I saw one of them. I was like, "What? Holy hell is that?" I don't even know what that is. I still don't. This looks like he took a little plastic race car. And then,
Looks like a Hot Wheels or something.
yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
And did some weird used photography and stuff.
Mhm.
And it was just, and this I love. I mean, this has been unreal. And yet he's done so many of these that are just insanely wackadoodle in their own wonderful way. That I put it like this: you got to be the king of comics to get away with it, because what editor is going to put up with that?
Yeah.
Right.
Editor said, "Look, just give me a comic book. What the hell did you bring? What is this?
No, what
What
is this weird thing?
dude? Oh, he's Jack. Let him do it."
Yeah, and then there's another one too. Look at this.
I like that there's cartoon lines around the car, though. I think that's
Yeah.
a cool look. It reminds me of that Marvel Fumetti book years later.
Old Fumetti, I used to have that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, this looks like hardware.
that looks scary.
Yeah.
Really, it's like a skull thingy.
Yeah, I like that. It's like you're just being transported. That's the whole thing, right? Like you're now going in. You're not going somewhere where you've never been. This isn't the same as turning a page and now you're in Gotham, or now you're in Central City, or now you're in Coast City, or whatever. It's like this is like you've never been here, and to get here, you don't just go there. Like it's like you have to go through all of these weird obstacle thingies to get to where you got to go. I like this. This is very neat. This is so neat.
Yeah, unreal, man.
Screaming face at the bottom. That got me because I didn't know what it was until I looked at it. It's like, oh,
I don't know.
gosh.
I guess it is. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if that's Jack yelling at something or what, but
I don't know.
I don't know, man. That's brutal. So
in the meantime, Superman's sleeping with these two babes here. It's like
chicks is like, maybe they'd like to meet some Superman. Hey,
like, wake up, you lazy bum, get up. He opens one eye. He's like, whoa, what's going on here? Whoosh. This is how I'm getting out of bed from now on.
Whoosh.
Yeah. Like,
I'm this, like the two legs and like jumping out of it that way. So he comes out and he flies. Okay, they bamboozled me, but I'm going to get those guys. Superman just flies and seals the carnage that so there's the couple of guys that didn't make it. Remember?
Yeah.
There's guys who couldn't make it.
Yep.
So Superman just like whizzes by, and he just like blows by everybody. And now, here it comes. Are you ready? Hold on. Da-da-da. It's like, oh shit, look at, because like first you're like, okay, what's this thing? And then it's like, oh, it's pretty big because look how like where he is. And then holy crap. Okay, this thing is the damn greatest thing ever. I mean, like, I can't even it's like it's got these teeth and this weird thing, like,
oh man,
two drivers in the front too is awesome.
These two little guys. Yeah. Like it's like a beast holding this thing, and this is the mountain.
Even Superman's kind of like, what is that?
The Mountain of course, the Mountain of Judgment. It's a giant missile carrier. It's like, well, of course, because
I guess.
because the thing is, this is what's so cool about Kirby. He's just like, let's just do something cool. Like, I like when someone's like trying to be awesome. Like, it could have just been a mountain, and you'd be like, okay, it's a mountain. And no, let's make it a vehicle that drives around with this like fucking missile thing,
like 50 wheels, and it's just like a 17 wheeler with big ass wheels in the back.
Yeah.
It's like the craziest gigantic Hot Wheel ever with that with a Kirby. I don't know. It's a Kirby monster, like made to be a Kirby monster on wheels.
Yeah.
And it's just as cool. I would drive that.
Oh, hell
I want to drive that everywhere. Couldn't fit it anywhere, but what the hell?
Yeah, this is
I wanna
crazy.
go-
Look how
I wanna
small the
travel
guys
country
are.
in that. I want to travel the country in that and go get comic shops and stuff.
Like, look how small these guys are. There's like look at the Whiz Wagon though.
Yeah, the Whiz Wagon's like, I'll get out here.
Look at this sucker. It's like the entire car is not as big as this wheel.
Yep.
Right? Like Morgan Edge smoking. Just want to let everybody know that smoking is harmful to your health.
Yep. You should all know that.
I see that. I see that on every movie we watch now. Because we watch old movie. We watch if you watch an old movie off TV or something, they put that on everything.
Oh yeah.
It's like everyone knows smoking is cool. Obviously it's not good for your health, but it looks cool. So I don't know what to tell you. when James Bond stopped smoking, that's when it was over. I'm like,
but J-Man, all those messages are for the little 6-year-olds that are watching black and white movies on TCM. It's
I know.
Like, who do they think is watching this?
Right, I don't get it. I know, and they're gonna smoke. And like, I said smoking. Someone said something about James Bond, and I said, I was like, well, smoking is cool. And someone's like, oh, because like they were against James Bond. They're like, oh, the smoking thing is terrible. I'm like, okay, so you're okay with James Bond womanizing? You're okay with him using guns and weapons and killing people and lying and cheating and stealing and whatever, but you're not okay with smoking and drinking. He's good with drinking, but smoking you're not okay with. I'm like, it's so stupid. I never smoked in my life ever. I've never smoked. Either. But it's cool. Obviously, it looks cool. Like it's cool. It's like I'm not gonna spend $20 to look cool. I already look cool. I don't need
That's true.
I don't need anything extra, man.
Especially with that shirt.
yeah, for sure.
I
would not have gotten beaten up in school wearing this one. That's guaranteed. Look at Morgan Edge. What a douchebag this guy is. Oh, I'm going to call Clark Kent again and see what's going on. Hey, Clark, what's going on down there? It's like, I'm doing fine, Mr. Edge. I'm just, getting over the fact that you tried to kill me last issue. But other than that, I'm just fine. It's like, okay, Clarky. So
he's like, I don't like it. First, Kent tries to nose in, and then Superman's snooping around. It's almost like they're the same guy. He doesn't say that.
It sort of does, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Can I point out something?
Yeah.
I love the fact that Morgan Edge's desk has a Kirby squiggle on it.
Yes, it's got the...
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's got everything. Matthew.
What the hell? Hey, Matthew.
Denny O'Neil banned smoking in his stories.
I love Denny, but he smoked enough. I don't know why he banned him in his stories. He was just an editor. So he's got a Kirby squiggle on his desk, man. That's badass. What desk comes with that design?
That'd be awesome. Oh my god, imagine you had a Kirby house. It's like do your wall, do all the walls like with all the crackle and everywhere. That'd be awesome. All right. Okay, so Superman saves them because this thing is just like a monstrosity here, and they're literally inside the thing.
Yeah.
Like how okay, like I mean that's awesome. It's like a big thing that eats like other. It's like eating other vehicles or whatever.
Yeah.
What was that thing? It's like the Star Destroyers where like it goes in and like it. Like the big Star Destroyer comes in, then it opens up from the bottom, and you can eat a guy. You can eat another ship or whatever.
There's that movie based on a book that came out just a couple of years ago where cities are on wheels and it can eat another city.
Oh, Immortal Engines or something.
Yeah.
Mortal Engines or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what? I liked that movie. Everyone hated it. And I was like, okay, I'll just go away now. But I thought it was pretty neat. I'm like, there's literally
it's a cool idea, yeah.
Yeah, and then Howl's Moving Castle, which is Studio Ghibli or whatever, that was pretty pumped.
That's
but
awesome.
but that Mortal Engines or whatever, it's like I'm like, there's like cities moving around, and it's like the UK moves around and fights other like.
Oh yeah. I've seen it. I saw commercials.
Yeah, I was like, okay, this is awesome. I'm like, man, it's like Robot Jocks, where they have these big mechs fighting. I'm like, I want to see the Canadian mech or whatever it is, right? Like, this is awesome. I'm like, they did in Blake 7 where they had one guy fight another guy. Remember with Terrence, Del Terrence brother, and Dita Tarrant,
the Teal Vendor Confederacy.
Yes, with Dita Tarrant, what? I was actually very sad when that guy died.
It was horrible. This episode's called Death Watch. Great episode.
Yeah,
it really got to you. When he
really did.
I love it.
I don't know.
One of my favorites.
I think Terrence a bit underrated. I think that guy's pretty good. Like even
Terrence.
Yeah, I thought he's pretty good. All right. Anyways, so they're inside here. Another one is Baron Munchausen, where that fish eats the boats, and then they're living in the fish and they're playing cards and stuff in the fish. I love Baron Munchausen. That's another one that like people.
Great movie. I love it.
I love that. I've got the poster of that too. It was in our bedroom, and then we changed it. We had my wife's like, I don't want to see this big head thing here. It's like a balloon head. She's like, this is weird. I'm like, all right, I'll take it down. Anyways, so okay, here comes all these guys jumping out. So this is the Harrys, right? No, yes, the Harrys.
Harrys.
Yeah, I didn't. I was like, Harrys, like the Hendersons? No, not Harry and the Hendersons.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, maybe. So the Newsboy Legion meets up with these guys, and then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do the camera." So here's where Sean pointed out the camera. It's like, wait a minute,
it's a bomb.
It's a bomb.
So the one guy kind of defuses it, but not enough, and then Superman has to like take matters into his own hands, right?
He literally takes it and he hugs it.
Yeah, and he bruises Superman. He's like, well. It's about time someone showed a little concern for me.
Oh, Superman, you're fine. You're fine. Like, come on, buddy. You're fine. You're totally fine. It's great. You're doing fine. All right. Oh man. All right. Oh, I'm laughing so much. It's not that funny. But it's just like, someone's concerned. You're fine, buddy. Like, you're Superman. Okay, it's fine. You'll be right. You'll be okay. This isn't Superman and Lois. Okay, you don't need to cry every episode.
Yeah, exactly.
Superman cries in every episode. If Superman doesn't cry, I can't watch it anymore. Right? He needs to cry.
I can't watch that show. I had to stop.
Hey, bro. So I stopped. My wife calls it Man and Lois because there's no super. She calls it Man and Lois. So she
and man stretching it, but yeah,
that is true. She just be called Ann Lois. So she's like, and my buddy's like, please watch all of season 3. I won't, because it's so awful. He's like, please watch it. He's like, he messages me all the time. He's like, JMM, please.
Who?
My friend who doesn't go on streams, he's like, please watch Man and Lois. You have to. I was like, no, I'm not. So I watched the first 3. I can't do it. Why do you want to watch him? Because it sucks, and he watched it, so he wants me to be in his misery with him. So he's like, please watch it. I was like, no, and now he moved on to Steve. Because he wasn't getting anywhere with me.
Well, I know who you're talking about now.
He's like, Steve, please watch it. And Steve's like, no, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it because I finished Supergirl, which was pretty tough. I did finish it. Oh my god! But Man and Lois, I can take bad. Bad Superman is really bad for me. I could take bad anything else because I just ignore it. I'm like, this is cheesy. But when it's bad Superman, I actually feel awful. Like I can't watch it, but I will watch Man and Lois.
There's a lot of bad Superman too. That's the thing.
And I don't like that My Superman Friend or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called. My friends. My adventures. I can't get past episode 3. Sean keeps asking, when are you gonna watch that episode 3 because it's on the shared drive.
Oh, you mean my hentai with Superman?
Yeah, it's awful. Steve, you're still on here. Yeah, he's a sadist. I know. That's our buddy. Yeah, he's begging Steve. Well, okay, he has begged Steve to watch Eternals since Eternals. He's like, Steven, please watch Eternals.
Steve, don't watch it. Honestly, you're not missing anything.
No.
As a friend, I'm telling you, don't watch it. It's a punishment. We saw it in a theater, and I was like, I'm in a theater. We're dedicated to this.
Yeah.
But if you're seeing it at home, you're gonna turn it off, man.
It's so brutal.
Bad.
Okay. All right. So we got some handshakes here. So Superman apparently knew about this, right? That was the whole thing. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's get to this though, because Sean. Oh, okay. This issue's almost over. So let's address this because Sean was talking about this earlier. The big soup kitchen here. They're just hanging out and having the big dinner.
Well, like Superman, and before he even says like, "Oh, help yourself to food," he's already helping himself. He's got like the butter knife there.
Yeah, Superman.
And like
Are you crazy?
Yeah.
Imagine Superman's asking something. That'd be awful. It's like Superman's like, let's get some food here. Okay, first of all, he literally just saved everyone's life.
Yeah, I know.
By eating that grenade. So he ate a grenade. Now it's like, oh, we're not going to offer this man a drink. What the shit? What kind of Harrys are these guys? It's like, what kind of mountain are you running here? It's like, pass some food over. Like, get some food in here.
Grub. Before you continue with that, if you go back down a little bit, far up, I would point out that this is a DC comic. Go up to that panel. Go down to the panel before the cafe.
Yeah, down
before the table.
Before
right here.
Yeah. That thing.
Look at that. But that's the first. We're already 2 issues into it. Look at that. That's a panel right out of Marvel. DC up until this in the previous issue had nothing like this ever.
No.
Yeah.
It looks like
Really,
yeah. This is very. You're right. That's a good point. It's very like Marvel.
The
like
Bronze Age
Marvel
is here.
Feel.
Yeah.
Bronze Age is the best, really. But I mean, I don't know. Like I still like Silver and Golden Age. It depends on who the guys are. Sometimes I like the Golden Age.
Well, so I said I read the first 3 before this, and they look like 1950s comics.
Yeah.
No offense to the people who worked on them and everything, but it's the editorial. It's like if they're just saying do the same thing over again, right? And this looks like a shot in the arm compared to that stuff.
This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like if we're going through what we're going through now and in my spare time reading these older comics, which I still love, and I'm going to get them. But this is just like, holy shit. Like this is like, I'm like, I've got to get this omnibus because Sean, you already had it. I think you had it from before.
What? This? I just got it.
Oh, you just got it? Okay. So you had okay. So I didn't realize
we're going to do this. I was like, I'd been circling this and I'm like, so I got it. I like having these big editions. So I was like, let me get it for this, right?
Okay. Okay. So I ordered it pretty much like right after you did then because I was like, oh, I've got to get this too.
Yeah.
And then I just said, you know what? I've already opened the floodgates. Let me just get Commandy, OMAC, superpowers, all that stuff. I'm like, let me just get all of it because it's all really cool. Anyways. So now, okay. So here it is, guys. The panel that changed the world right here. This face. It's like, yes, great dark side. I am your servant. It's like, oh man.
He's like, Darkseid, so with a mention of that name, the outline of a vast, ominous intrigue begins to take shape. Yeah, F it does, man.
Hell yeah.
And it's just so great that like this is his second thing, right? Like this is the second one, and it's already like opened up. Like you just feel that it's like, wow, something is big. Because even if this didn't happen, like if we cut it off here, you still feel like, wow, I've been introduced to all of these new, like, who are these guys now? Like I've been introduced to all these new guys. Yeah. And, little did you know that, one day I would have 3 of this character. I'd have 2 in the packaging and 1 loose. Little did we know. So there you go. Okay.
Like the intrigue is cool too. This isn't something that they were doing before. It was all situational. Why is Jimmy an ass? That kind of thing. And now it's like, you got this Morgan Edge guy. He's a smarmy asshole that took over Daily Planet. But wait, there's more. he's working for some demonic alien thing. Like, what is this? You know?
Yeah.
Like, what's their plan? Like, it's pretty awesome. Then you're like, well, what the hell's gonna happen next? So
Okay, so we'll and let's Clubby we'll get the credits on this. This is very like whoa, like you're like, oh, looks crazy.
We have Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, number 135, January 1971. We're of course looking at we're looking at a Neil Adams cover with of course Jack Kirby on the writing and the penciling, with Mr. Vinny Coletta coming in on the inks. Now you have credited with some of the art Al Placino. Looks like Al, this issue Jimmy Olsen and Superman faces were inked mainly by Vince Coletta. Placino may have altered the faces of Superman on pages 10 through 11, and Murphy Anderson did apparently at 17. This is where they're at that point where the different artists do different things. So Jimmy's face was altered a couple of them. They even went with Jimmy's face a couple of times, Placino, which was different. And of course, we still, at this point, one thing that's always been interesting to me is they haven't been giving editors credit that often. And my theory behind that was they still, they had people editing, some of the other stuff. But I think Jack was doing his own editing at this point, really answering to Carmen Infantino early on. That's speculation.
Right.
So let us continue. Look at that Neil Adams cover with all that Superman on it.
yeah.
So at first, you're just like, okay, what's happening? And this is look at this. This is a giant, right? It's like a hand or something. You're like, holy shit, what the hell's going on? So just my quick notes, look, Golden Guardian, that's a big one. I mean, is that a spoiler? This comic's 50 years old or whatever. There's clones, so we got that. The OG, Golden Guardian is set on this page here. The OG Newsboy Legion, so that's cool. We have like the Jolly Green Giant, Jimmy. So there's still the Jimmy tropes where it's like, something weird or, but he did it in a cooler way. I think that was the main
thing.
It's
Superman fighting Hulk, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Sorry, was that what you were going to say, Sean? Superman fighting Hulk?
This is the first mention of Apocalypse. Right.
So, first mention of Apocalypse. Yeah. What else is important? Is
New Genesis?
New Genesis. Okay,
New Genesis,
so yeah. Oh yeah, New Genesis. Yeah, that already got.
And my favorite throwaway villain. It's like you never see him again, but he looks amazing.
Well, let's get it.
We're gonna get to him. He looks great.
Evil Factory.
Yeah.
Okay, like this is already the damn best. Okay, so I'm like, okay, look at how awesome this is. There's like these big giant guys and small guys, and they've got this big contraption here. I mean, I was like, this.
Oh
is the
God,
best.
I love this page. Look at it. So, I mean, it's just so Kirby-ish every bit. I mean, he's full on in his game right now. And
this
Superman.
Is the best.
Here's the thing. Again, we were so young. You guys weren't around yet, and I was so young. I couldn't appreciate it like I could now. But if I were, something like 16 or 17, been just enough years where I knew Kirby enough and knew, Superman and that sort of thing, going, oh my God, I'm getting a Fantastic Four comic except it's Superman.
Yeah,
I know.
Yeah,
I mean, you look at it now and put it together, but it's obviously back then I couldn't. But if I were at that age, because the guys back then who were just freaking out. I mean, Kirby. First of all, they were devastated. Kirby left. He left Thor. He left Fantastic Four. He left Marvel. But man, he's doing Jimmy Olsen. What the hell? But then you say, well, wait a minute. He's not just doing Jimmy Olsen. He's doing Superman, and it looks like a friggin' FF issue or a Thor issue. This is amazing.
Yeah. The best creator with the best character.
Yeah.
It's
pretty much. That's my opinion. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Kirby Superman, but like he does Superman and superpowers as well. But the problem is it's mostly the team that he's highlighting there. So this really is Kirby Superman here in Jimmy Olsen.
Thank you, Steven.
Thanks, Steve, man.
Good to see you, sir.
Steve.
Oh, wrestling's on. We're watching our wrestling. Gotta take our wrestling notes. Oh man, this is crazy. I was like, oh shit, this is so good. Look at these bastards. These guys are awesome too. big POV of the gun blasting everybody. That's
Yes.
awesome. Look at this crazy shit.
That page.
Okay.
Kirby
Yeah.
big. I mean, these exploded in this issue, man.
Yeah, no, that's what's like. All of a sudden, it was like, I think the first issue was like, let's introduce some cool stuff. And then issue 2 is like, okay, we got to make this, get a few more things. And now it's like, F it. I'm putting every weird thing ever in this comic. Like, that's it. It's all happening.
Just
It's
imagine
like
what we're about to get with the next 3.
Oh, okay. So look at this crazy shit. So they're making a bunch of these guys. And
I
these
didn't
two guys
notice
are-
the one guy hanging from the ceiling there above the.
Yeah, this guy here?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, look, there's a leg here. This is like, what the hell is this? This is like something out of Saw. This is like what the hell? You got a leg hanging in here. You got this weird shit in here. You got this guy like being, what the, I don't know what's going on with this fellow. You got this guy's head like coming out here. You got these guys lying down. You're like, well, here we go. I love how it's like the big normal day at the office for these two guys. It's it's like, well, we gotta get this shit going. We got a fucking quota here. Okay, so we cut to this guy. Well, like, look at this guy. So this guy
wrestling.
Yeah. So okay, so that was just so you think, okay, so hold on, you're like on this, you're like, okay, well, that's pretty crazy, but we haven't seen who they're walking towards because this is behind them. So it's like, it's like turning the camera around the other way, and you're like, oh yeah, there's still another side to this room. And then you're like, well, here's what's on the other side. Holy shit, this bastard. And it's like, well, he's just gonna kill Superman, so that's good.
Yeah.
What? Oh my god. And then,
All
my
right,
god,
man.
Okay, first of all, it's Abe Sapien.
Freaking awesome. He looks awesome, man.
It reminds me of, I think Abe Sapien, I think they friggin', what's his face? Mike, our buddy Mike here kind of got inspired. This looks like Abraham Sapien to me. I'm like,
Mike Mignola?
Yeah, Mike Mignola or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, bastard. I'm like, and look at this guy. He's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So,
Simeon.
yeah, Makari and Simeon.
Mockery.
Yeah. Oh yes, I got it. Devilishly.
They're very Kirby-ish names.
Yeah. But I love the eye makeup, and it's great. I love.
Yeah, this is awesome.
You never see him again. Did they bring him back? They never did.
I think they kind of reworked the demon to look similar, so they didn't really use that.
They did.
Yeah.
His demon was also based on another character. But yeah.
Right.
So Superman's like, well, this vehicle is so awesome. Like, yep, we know that. Okay, so Superman comes back in, shakes hands with this guy again. What's this guy's name again? Jude? No, yeah, Jude. Yeah, Jude. Jude. It's like, hey, Jude, you're pretty good. You're the big leader.
Hey, Jude. I don't know why I did that.
And this is like, is this a mirror? Like, what's going on here? Because like,
I think he's signaling another guy.
Yeah, they're signaling each other. And I was like, I thought they're doing the no. It's like the big crosses. So they're signaling each other. It's like, I'll look into it. I can't believe what's happening, but I'll look into it. Here, my friends, this vehicle, we got this other awesome vehicle. Oh, cool. And Superman flies. This is, I don't know, like what else are you gonna call it? So Superman's flying here. So this is the car again. You got these guys here. These soldier fellows come out. Multi weapons guards your guard to your post. It's like endless guys are coming out. I like that there's like this feeling that there's like an endless guys, like because there's so many guys they can't stay on the panel. Like
there's a reason why though. They all look the same kind of.
I wonder what this could possibly be. Now again, this is a Jimmy Olsen thing. This happens in Jimmy Olsen comics, like these kooky, wacky experiment things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is a great page. With Soup here and all the guys. And they're like, they all look the same. Oh, Jimmy Olsen's like, this is odd. They're walking by and it's like, oh gosh, what's that? Gosh. Oh, we had a gosh. Nice.
Yeah.
Not a gasp.
Not a gasp. Yeah. Oh, if it was a gasp, it'd be even better.
I don't think you're gonna get a gasp out of Kirby.
I don't think he's gonna do gasp.
No.
Yeah. Hey, it's all of our dads. So are these all the dads, Clobby? Is that what it is? Or
Yep.
Okay.
These are the pappies of the Newsboy Legion.
Okay. And that was a Kirby thing that he had created
in the 30s.
from
Yeah.
before.
Oh yeah. Boy Commandos and then the Newsboy Legion.
Okay.
We're a big deal.
All right. So there you go. So I guess he retained those rights to those characters, or were they public domain or something?
They were pretty much his. After a while, after they went to DC, actually not his. They're pretty much DC's after
After this, right?
Well, they were eventually DC's, and they stayed in their possession pretty much forever because they kept doing reprints over and over
Right.
after the initial runs, and they kept in the DC copyright. And so Simon and Kirby created the Legion, the Newsboy Legion, and the Boy Commandos. So Jack just said, "What the hell? Let me use them."
Right. Okay.
Not like
So there you go. There's your original guys, and then now they're getting. Now it's like this is just like a nice page of everyone just talking to each other, saying how's it going, and oh my god, Dad, what are you doing here? Da, da, da. I like how everyone looks like their dads and all this kind of good stuff. And Superman's just like, I don't know what's going on here. It's like okay, I'll explain it to the boys. I'll show you. So he's taking Jimmy to this big back room area. It's like, I mean, that human beings like yourself can now be produced from an individual cell. What? Oh my god! Oh my god! So it's like, what? They're all Jimmy Olsen's. Gasp! We got a gasp!
Hey!
Yay!
Oh, we got wait a minute. We got an Alp too.
Oh, Alp is great.
Thank you, Jack.
Oh, Alpin
Thanks,
and
Jack.
a gasp. I'm so happy.
Didn't let us down.
Didn't
I'm you. Hello, clone Jimmy Olsen.
Hello, I'm Jimmy Olsen #1. It's like, yeah, I love how he's like, it's like meet Jimmy Olsen #1, I guess, because like one, because he is the #1. I will say that does deserve a gasp. I think if I walked into a room and everyone was me, I'd be like, that's a gasp right there.
Choke.
Man, that's wild. What's your job, #1?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I'm like the real guy. I don't know, like what.
Yeah.
How is this done? How do they duplicate me? From a tissue sample taken from you during your last medical examination at the Daily Planet's dispensary. Dispensary? Okay.
Oh my God, that was disturbing though.
This is crazy.
Yeah, come on, Jack. I don't need to see.
You got microscopic diapers and
Yeah.
tidy ways.
Meanwhile, these guys are like filling the tank up here.
They're
the
guy with kryptonite like coating or whatever.
Yeah, so this is like, when you got those extra coated chips, like it's like this is this guy. He's getting the extra.
That's the technique, right there.
That's the
When you're tank and there's a guy with a crazy face, and he
pumps the shit in there. This is how they get that extra layer on your chocolate bars or whatever. If you get,
Yep.
It's like you want extra layer of chocolate, okay.
There you go. He turns on the thing. Clytus, I'm bored. What plaything have you found for me today? A small and obscure body in the SK system, Your Majesty. It's cold.
Yeah. The inhabitants refer to it as the planet Earth. It's like, I like to play with things a while before annihilation.
Yeah,
I love that movie. All right, Dark Side. Oh, did we miss Apocalypse?
Oh,
yes. 'Tis done. Who but we from Apocalypse could have synthesized kryptonite and converted it into a fine spray.
Where was that?
You're going way past.
For all your kryptonite spray needs,
it's
crypto spray.
13.
Kryptonium getting on your nerves. Kryptonium stopping all your crimes. Kryptonium really aggravating you, make you feel inferior like Lex Luthor. Well, now you can have your Kryptonian shell repellent spray.
Yeah. Sold now. I know what you're thinking. Where can I get these fine new items? That's the gag. Chances are you bought them already.
You bought them already. They're available at finer drugstores because the sleazier ones refuse to carry it.
I also like Blue Coal. Blue Coal is it Shadow or Blue Beetle? No, it can't be. I think it's not Blue Beetle. I think it's Shadow. It's like Blue Coal. Ask your parents about getting Blue Coal and for all of their whatever. And it's like Blue Coal on every damn. I know it was Ovaltine for Annie, but like
Blue Coal. Yeah. Okay.
Blue Coal is the Shadow or It's either Shadow or Blue Beetle. I don't. No, I
Yeah.
think Blue Beetle's something else.
I've
I remember
listened to either for a while. Yeah.
But
But it's funny, those advertisements work on me, even though it's from like the 30s and
I
stuff.
looked up Blue Coal instantaneously. I was like, I got to go see and it was cool. And it's blue. It was literally blue. So I was like, that's cool.
It's like the Space Patrol commercials. I was going on eBay. And it's like I want to get the ray gun. And it's like I want to get there's a helmet or whatever. It's I'm like in my 40s in the 2020s, and I want to get these things.
Yeah, you have to get. Well, you need to get them because then you can't be part of the Space Patrol.
Those
you don't have
pitchmen were the best.
Imagine you went out on the playground and you didn't have it. You'd be like, this guy's out of the patrol.
That's exactly what happened back then. You know,
it's like,
you were out.
And then you had to move. You have to move to another neighborhood. It's like get out. All right. Yes, Darkseid, we're doing our best here. It's like, well, okay, we'll do better. Yes, Darkseid, we're sorry. Okay.
A bunch of wussies.
You lose, and then this guy's coming out.
He warns them that thing is going to need a lot of work, and they're like, no, it's fine. You know, like we got it tamed and everything.
This happens at my office all the time, and I'm Darkseid. I'm like, are you sure this is going to be produced correctly? Because the customer really needed this stuff. No, it's fine. Oh, okay. So he breaks out. It's like this big, break, and then look at this man. They're like, whoa, we're gonna shoot this bastard. Again, this guy leg fully extended. He's like, I'm out of here, and it's like swinging this big thing. Look at the anguish on this guy. He's like, Simeon, where are you?
Yeah,
I'm trapped.
In that panel to the left, he's so scared that he has pupils. He doesn't have pupils in anything else.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. Oh my God, you're right. Damn it. You've seen my pupils. Now I'm done. And they're keeping it. I like how they're keeping the face a secret. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yep.
And then it's like, boosh, everything's blowing up. And it's like, he's gone.
He teleported.
He's a hurling ball of energy. On his way there. And he just leaps into the scene. He's some kind of giant. I can't get out of his way. Oh, here comes Superman to the rescue. And look at this struggle. This is awesome. Like he's bending his arm back and stuff. Like that's pretty good. He punched his head off. No, he didn't punch his head off. Yeah, he punched the mask off. And then he got punched. And then, oh man. Look at that.
Hey, what the? No.
That is so great. Yeah, it's the Hulk.
Jimmy Smash.
Yeah, mystic eyes. She's got mystic eyes. No, I don't know the rest of them.
Got a feeling deep inside.
Inside, yes, yeah. Hungry, misty eyes. So he's like, yeah, it's like, okay, here we go.
He's not saying, God, kill Superman.
Yeah.
He's way cooler than Nuclear Man.
Oh, yeah. I still like Nuclear Man, though.
I don't believe you. I think you're just trying to tell yourself that, Jay.
No, I love Nuclear. But he has Luthor's voice. No, he has my voice.
Mark Pillow, man.
His name is Pillow. Come on. Oh,
did that inspired him to be buffed up more?
It's like,
they make fun of my name, call me Pillow all the time.
Well, most people change their name, not this guy.
Did you ever see?
Yeah,
okay. Did you ever see the Larry the Cable Guy's movie? He made a movie, and there's like I don't know what the girl's name is. He's teamed up with like a girl or whatever, and they go on a mission or something.
Courtney Thorne Smith.
Is it? No, I don't think it was Courtney Thorne Smith. Was it? I don't know, but she's got like short hair, and her name's like her name's like Christine or something. I don't remember the name, but in the trailer she comes up. She's like, "Hi, I'm Christine." He's like, "Oh, your dad gave you a girly name to toughen you up. It's to toughen you up. Yeah, I like that. He's like, "Your dad gave you a girly name to toughen you up." Yeah, like he thinks she's like, "No, I'm a woman."
Boy named Sue.
Somebody's like, "Oh, your dad gave you a girly name to toughen you up." Yeah, I like that.
I once knew a guy named. I think I knew a guy who knew a guy named Shirley Laverne.
Oh, there you go. Shirley,
They've
Laverne
gotten
and
some
Shirley.
fights.
Laverne and Shirley.
Sure, way
Boston
before the
Pepper
show came out.
Incorporated.
Before the show came out.
Oh my God. We're gonna do it. Read us any rule, we'll break it. All right.
God, don't sing the whole thing.
No, I'm not gonna sing the whole thing. And again, that was the wrong first line. So
Yeah.
I made a mistake on the first line. Okay, so here comes Green Jimmy, the Jolly Jimmy Giant. Jimmy Green Giant.
Oh, Jolly Giant.
Yeah,
Big
Jimmy
Jim-
Green Giant. Jimmy Green Giant. Comes in,
Mhm.
smash, oh, Hulk smash. Wait a minute. They're like, oh shit's about to go down. All right, we got to get on there. Let me turn this light switch on so we can see what we're doing. So it's like we're developing
New Kirby machine.
Yeah, new machine, man. Anytime there's a cool machine, there's been a lot of machines in this one. It's like, okay, who's this now? We already know, but it's okay. It's like, do you think you are ready to handle it? It's like F and A, I'm ready to handle it. Wait a minute. A green giant monster and a guy with a shield. Wait a minute. Is this a DC comic or a Marvel comic? What's going on here? Well, it's the Golden Guardian. Oh
Yeah.
man. Yeah, this is awesome. And like he exploded out of this thing. Like, I mean, like
I know.
he didn't most people walk out of a thing. This guy like emerged as like this awesome guy out of this thing. This is just so damn cool. Don't miss his clash with the Renegade replica. These are not ordinary humans in combat. This is a new breed spawned by a new concept. The DN aliens. Oh my God. The end. What? That's not the end. Oh man.
We're just getting started. And
That is the end of
He used
the
to-
3 issues we're covering.
He used to run around with the boy command. The Newsboy Legion.
Yeah.
So Golden Guardian, is that another Kirby creation from
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
okay,
From yesteryear.
from before? All right. And I know, yeah, I know
I think
he's
it's
in
by
DC.
Simon and Kirby, actually.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, they made it after Captain America. They left. Was it Timely back then still?
Mm-hmm.
And then they did this guy. I can't remember which comic company. They
It was National.
To.
It was
National?
DC. Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Did you guys like Fighting American? Because I thought that was kind of fun.
Oh God, yeah. Well, Fighting American by Simon and Kirby, by their mainline type in the 50s, it was a parody in the sense of a lot of the hysteria going on about communist hysteria and stuff, and it was a satire. It was a pretty fun one too.
It was really neat. I like the brothers, like the one guy getting the like the intelligence, like he had the body and then got the intelligence to her. I thought that was kind of neat.
Oh yeah,
you could do a lot of cool stuff with
got
that
the,
concept.
It didn't last long. I've got the old hardcover that has it all in it.
Yep.
In the 90s, it did.
Yep. All right. So that is all that we're covering for today. 1 week from today, it'll be this. So as tempting as it is to read the next Jimmy Olsen, we're gonna put that on hold because we're actually gonna do this in the proper order.
Reading order.
The reading order. And so the next one's going to be the Forever People #1, which I've already read from before, and New Gods, which I also read from before, and Mr. Miracle, which I did read from before. So here's something. So I said that this was the first time that I'm reading these comics, and that wasn't a lie. But it wasn't the first time I was reading Fourth World, because when I started reading Fourth World, I started with these three. Yeah. I didn't realize that Jimmy Olsen was important to it. I just figured, I'm like, well, that doesn't seem like it's like, I'm like, the Jimmy Olsen comics are all, goofy. So I was like, I think this is, and then I was seeing these reading orders saying, well, no, you got to read Jimmy Olsen. I was like, oh, why? And I just didn't have the Jimmy Olsen comics, but I actually had these on digital from Comixology. So I started reading these, and then I read these three and the next three, and maybe even the next three. And then I was like, maybe I should go back and read these Jimmy Olsens. And then by that time, Comixology kind of, for me, I didn't like it anymore. Sean,
They turned to crap.
They turned to crap. So I thought, oh no, I can't get those anymore. So then that's when I turned to, well, maybe I can, find. I've got these other websites that have them, right? And then I thought, let me just start again with Jimmy Olsen. So I actually, because I was keeping a list of what I was reading, so I just erased the list and said, let me just redo it from scratch. I'll just redo it now, and then we'll stream about it. But there you go. So these are all the number ones. Forever People, New Gods, Mr. Miracle in that order. So Forever People's first, then New Gods, and Mr. Miracle. So that'll be 1 week from today, 7 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
Monday is going to be the Legion live stream. Anything else do we need to say? Commie Smasher. Spy Smasher is, I love Spy Smasher. If I was ever going to do a movie, I would want to do Spy Smasher just because he's far enough removed from DC that people don't really care. If it's like no one's going to interfere, because I would want to make it exact. Like I would want to make it like the way it actually was supposed to be. I'm not a big fan of introducing my own things in it. Like I would never change a character's primary feel. And I don't like that, like Blue Beetle and all these other movies. This is why they always fail. Anytime they stray away, it fails. Right. Like if I was going to do OMAC, I would do Jack Kirby's OMAC. Just do that comic. Just replicate that comic.
Yeah.
It'd be weird, but that's what it is. Yeah. I don't understand. It's like if you don't like the concept, then don't do it. They're never going to do this.
Why wouldn't you gravitate to that?
Right.
Yeah.
They could never really do Fourth World, right? They could never really.
No, they were going to do a New Gods movie with Ava DuVernay, who ruined Wrinkle in Time.
I didn't watch that.
I loved that book as a kid, and the movie was not
for you.
Done. So.
Oh yes,
for you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, it's made for you. But
made for you.
Yeah. These people. Look, that's the worst tragedy of them, of that whole Fourth World, is that the threat of a New Gods film is what cost us and gave us a Eternals movie.
Yeah, they're going to compete with Eternals, and then they got Eternals to market. They should have known Warner Brothers was never going to go through with New Gods because they were such shambles. They could never get anything off the ground, right? But yeah, that's what I heard. That Eternals was made in response to New Gods.
It was only a few weeks after they announced it.
Yeah, and then they made it, and it sucked. And and it didn't have. Oh, anyway, we could go on about Eternals, but it didn't have a lot to do with it. I know people. We go on YouTube and stuff. People denigrate that comic series. It's a lot of great ideas. A lot of the great ideas didn't go anywhere, but that's because he didn't get to finish it. And but still, what's there was great. You could make a great movie off of it, or even a great miniseries. And they didn't even attempt to do that. It's like it's just.
Well, they could have pulled a Total Recall. Yeah. And you get together, okay, Total Recall, same thing. Philip K. We just did the verses on that. Philip K. Dick it's only the beginning. That's his story, and then they take it in the natural direction. Yeah. You can do that, but the Eternals movie, which I really despise, and I despise it more. Only maybe it's not as bad of a film as maybe Black Panther 2 or something, but the problem with it is that the takeaway is that. The takeaway though is that Jack Kirby sucks. Yeah. That's the takeaway.
And it's not his on YouTube. It's like they immediately blame the thing it's based on. Why do you blame the thing that was based on that was based on it? Right? It's like it's like it's not. It's like when people blame Superman as a character whenever one of the movies fails. It's Superman's not the problem. He's been continuously published for almost 100 years. No, the movie that was based on sucks.
Yeah, so I don't like that Eternals
movie.
Yeah. Even if Eternals wasn't accurate, let's say it wasn't accurate, but everyone loved it, I would be okay with that, because then at least Jack Kirby's name would be loved by people for the wrong reasons if it was not accurate. But now it's hated for the wrong. It's not accurate. It's not Jack Kirby's work, and he's now disliked or thought of as being inferior because that is out there.
I was happy when should we say his name? Last night was saying he tried rewatching Eternals.
Oh, we won't say his name.
It was awesome. And then he rewatched it and he's like, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, okay. So here's what
RMB.
Here's what happens, Clobby.
What's the initials RMB?
No. We have a friend of ours. He's an older guy, and he doesn't know anything about comic books at all. Like zero. He knows nothing. So he just watched the movie and thought, "Oh, I enjoyed that," and whatever. And the thing is that this always happens. Like they I don't know why they sick me on people. Like my one buddy from the Action Elite Owen, literally 6 people. He goes, well, this guy thought it was great. Go ahead. And then Sean's like, I remember we were sitting in the theater. He's like, well, this guy liked Blue Beetle. Go at him, Jay, man. Take him out. I'm like, I'm not taking people out here, but I kind of still do because I just can't help it.
Yeah.
So I gave like a super lecture on why Blue Beetle was trash, like in the lobby. In the lobby.
He's waiting for food, and
he's waiting for
the
guy. Okay, the poor guy's waiting for his tater tots.
Yeah, his tater tots.
He's waiting for tater tots. He just ordered tater tots, and I'm giving him a lecture about why he's wrong on Blue Beetle when we walked out of it. And I'm not trying to be mean, but it's all in fun. They know I'm like that. And they came over to my place. Remember we had that day. Everyone came over. We watched Superman 3. Yeah. And then it's like I literally give a lecture on like why these, because like he'll like a couple of movies that I hate, and I give him like a lecture on why it sucks. And he's like, okay, you've made some good points there. I was like, no, I made a lot of points because like I don't just say it sucks. I'll give you like 17 points. Like
you have to hate it now, damn it! You're not getting out of this house. You're not getting out of here. So you
have to hate it. You have to hate. Yeah, if I like something, you don't have to like what I like. But you have to hate what I hate. I'm like,
boy, I'd be in trouble. I had that one.
But we hate the same thing. Look,
that's what I'm saying. But if people had to hate what I hate, I'd be in trouble.
Oh, you'd be in trouble. Oh, yeah. See, I knew you hated Blue Beetle like immediately, because I was like, oh, he hates this because it's trashing a Kirby thing. I knew it immediately. I'm like, oh, he hates this. And that's why even on last night when you were talking about it on your stream, like, I came home from the theater. It was a massive
storm.
Mark
didn't like it,
which is insane. But I was like, guaranteed Clobby hates this. I was like, I knew you'd hate. I'm surprised you gave it 3 out of 10. I thought you'd give it a 0 out of 10.
I thought it was being nice.
I was being super nice. They're sending me a Christmas card because I was so nice to give it a 3 out of 10.
So poor old Solo did a pretty good job in them role because they considered
yeah.
Sorry,
what?
Man? He's good. He's good. Yeah, and Miss Brazil was good, so they were good.
Miss Brazil.
I don't know. Every time there's a beauty pageant, Miss Brazil's in the top 10, and now we know why. It's like
I'm just calling India. No, India does good too, man.
India does good too. My wife's Indian, yeah. So well, we've got it all. I've got it all covered. Don't worry. but like So I don't know. I Miss Brazil was good, and that kid was good, and then the action was kind
nothing
of
else was really good.
Everything else is trash.
The music was really good, man.
The music was good. Yeah. And I'll just pirate that if I need to.
You like the music?
Yeah. I like the music. It reminded me a bit of Tron. It was a bit of Tron mixed with what was it?
You don't think it was trying to sound a little bit more like the Batman?
I like the Batman soundtrack as well, which I bought. I know that's okay. You're allowed to. Okay. If I like something, I moderately like.
I don't hate that movie as much as most people. I just don't like it at all. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of movies I hate way more than that one.
Oh no, Batman is 5 out of 10 for me. It's a 5 out of 10. It's a moderate kind of.
I'm a 4.
You're a 4. I'm a 5. They tried. Like the guy tried to make a serious movie about Batman and have some cool things. It just didn't kind of work out for me well. But Eternals is like, we're going to destroy Jack Kirby's legacy. That's that's like their mentality. It's like, we're going to destroy Eternals because you turn Icarus into a stinking villain. And I'm like, I hate that movie. That's
Blue Beetle. I don't know what Blue Beetle was. They were going to make. They had a chance to make a superhero film about an Hispanic family, and they didn't care about anything else. As long as they got that representation there, and it was all about it wasn't about the Blue Beetle, Jaime Reyes or Ted Kord or any of that. Yeah, they were there because they're the titular character, but it was just about making a movie about where you can spew forth an agenda about what you think is going on and what's so wrong with the way, in this particular instance, Latinos or Mexicans are treated in the country right now. You'll wrap it up in a superhero movie.
So make that movie. You know what the thing is? These people are cowards. They
wanted the budget for it.
Yeah, they're cowards. They won't make make an actual movie then if you feel
they make those too.
So make it then. there's no need to make it into this Blue Beetle. Blue
Keely
Beetle.
Joe.
Okay. Hey Keely, can you
Keely.
imagine? Okay, if you took the family out of Blue Beetle and it was actually Ted Cord that teamed up with Jaime Reyes or Ted Cord got in his Beetle thing and then went to go save him. Just remove that family and have him and his daughter. Then, if you want the daughter, have Blue Beetle and his daughter together go to save Jaime. Then I'd be like, okay, this is cool. Like, where's the excitement of bringing this to the screen? It's like I would have made this. I would have had all 3 Blue Beetles in it. I actually would have had everyone in it. I'd have Dan Garrett in it too, and have it be like they all team. Dan Garrett's a bit of an older guy, make him an older guy. Cast, maybe like some guy in his like mid 40s as Ted. Have young Jaime. Have maybe a guy who's like in his like 50s or 60s as have an older guy just as like Dan Garrett, and have it be the Blue Beetle family. That would have been so cool with modern effects. The costume looked good. His costume looked good when he's shooting those energy beams or whatever. And the Beetle machine was awesome. Like it comes down and it's fighting guys, and you're and they spray painted on it. I'm like, why did you spray paint on this
kill him for that? Did you guys hear about the 3 hour cut? By the way,
that must be nauseating.
Paulie got to see the movie with some other guy the second time. He dropped a video about it earlier today or last night. About a second time he got to see it. He's supposed to be seeing it again. And one of these people he's seen it with, he says he can't say anything about it, but he says there's a scene where he gets a phone at the end or somewhere like that where he gets a phone call. I guess it's Jaime from Bruce Wayne, and it's what's his face, Ben Affleck's voice.
Oh
yeah.
Well, what? And again, so wait a minute. That didn't interest me as half as much as you're saying. Wait a minute, there's another hour of this sucker out there.
Right? Why?
Yeah.
Would it be better? I don't know. It's possible. Or would it be one other hour of the family being more annoying?
Yeah, that was the worst family in the history of cinema.
Oh, it was.
And why does that guy, the uncle, have Cheech and Chong on his dashboard, and he's a big engineer? Like, are stoners engineers? Like, that character just makes no sense. He says whatever he needs to say because he wants to be funny at a time, or then he's serious. I don't know. I just don't like that at all. I want to look at my poll though. One before we have 16 votes. 50% give it 5 out of 5, and 50% give it 4 out of 5. So that's anyways for
how many votes did you say?
16. So 8 and 8.
Yeah.
8 people are 4 out of 5 for these 3 issues, and 8 people are 5 out of 5. I'm definitely a 5 out of 5. These blew my mind. I'm doing this entire thing because of these 3 issues.
Yeah.
Nice. 4 out of 5 is a strong rating too. So
yeah, 4 out of 5 is strong. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. So Clubby, let us know when you got to go, because I know you got Nick's. It should be pretty soon.
I got to go in a few. Yeah, we're supposed to be.
It's like in 20 minutes or something.
I'm gonna review all these comics and tell me which ones I need to. It's aired. It's the Star Wars comic adaptation of Heir to the Empire.
So when you announce that on Nick's channel, so that's coming up in about half an hour. When you announce that on Nick's channel, the Empire, the Heir of the Empire, the day you had said we're doing that was the day I started reading it. The comics.
Oh, the comics.
It was the weirdest coincidence. Right? I'm on issue 4 now. I think
it was a coinky dink, huh?
It was a bit disturbing because Sean and I were talking about the Star Wars books, and I was like, I should read Heir to the Empire. And then I didn't get the novels, but I actually had the comics from Comixology before it became garbage.
Right. Yeah.
So I thought, well, the comics are a pretty good adaptation. I've got the full thing.
Yeah.
So then I was like, maybe I'll start reading the comics. And it was the day I was waiting for the doctors because my broken finger, I was waiting. I had to go back for a follow-up. And you're like, oh, this Friday on Nick's thing. I'm like, oh my God. I just started reading these. And I was going to message you. And I was like, whatever. It's just a weird coincidence.
The comics are a pretty good adaptation of the books. I'm surprised. It's like it's almost everything. The only thing is you don't get the narration and perspective that way. But
okay.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
But it looks okay. There's only 6 of them. I don't know how we're doing them all tonight or not, because ain't no way I'm going to catch up on them. I haven't even finished number 1 yet.
Right.
It's busy out there. We're viewing a lot of comics and stuff.
I know. I've got so many to read. Plus, I've got my personal reading. Plus, I read books. I basically just have something. I just read something all day. I just have an iPad or a book all day. That's all I do is read all comics all day.
I got to review some random Kirby comics next week. I don't even know what they're going to be yet. But
Do these three.
No.
That'll
Save
be
the fourth
easy.
world. Hey, as far as I'm concerned, now I'm happy that we have 2 channels doing something for Kirby month. So it's pretty great. So.
Yes. I should have started it earlier. I just didn't think of it, and we had so many things in the can, like or planned. We had to the RoboCop versus Total Recall was something that I really want to do.
That's such a cool. So I have to watch that at least.
Yeah, that was
Very
tough.
cool.
That was very.
By the
tough.
way, RoboCop hands down. How's it even the contest? Come on.
No, RoboCop. I know RoboCop won, but Total Recall's a cool movie, man. Good story, and it's good. But RoboCop's awesome.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, sirs. I guess I'm going to go and attempt to get a couple things reviewed there for the fellas over there,
all right,
youngsters over there, and then as long as I can last anyway. But it's been fantastic. I cannot tell you how honored I am to have you ask me to do on this. I'm not worthy, buddy, but I'll try always.
We're honored to have you.
Thanks for being on. We'll see you on Monday for Legion. Sean, we can stay on for another minute or two.
Yeah. And by the way, I've ordered a shirt. Thank you. And
oh,
happy
awesome!
Birthday to you, by the way.
Thank you.
You are just 39 now and holding, or what?
No, I do the El Guapo thing with Hefe. He's like, he is 33 years old because he was turning 40. I'm 46 today.
Not bad. Oh, really?
46, yeah.
So I was telling Tom, I'm technically old enough to be Tom's father, and technically I'm old enough to be your father. So thanks a lot. I mean, it's scientifically possible. Is all I'm saying. And
my mom is 65. Sean? My mom is 65, or she's 66 now. She was 20 when she had me.
So I'm 46 as well. I'm the same age.
Wow, my sons, I'd be proud.
Awesome. All right, man.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye. Well, we could talk of Blue Beetle since we're not doing a stream on it. I've got some time before we got to head out. I mean, I gave it. So I saw your quickie. Did you post a proper review or no?
No, that's gonna be it.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm just tired of these things. It's like we afford it too much attention. No one's gonna remember this in a few years, even a few months. I don't know. Once again, I don't know where they were trying to go with all this. I do know what it was, but it's baffling. It's like they wanted to do a thing where it was Supergirl, but the Supergirl that's in Flash, Batgirl from the Batgirl movie that was canceled, and not Wonder Woman. I guess so. I can't remember.
So it's supposed to be like a ladies' squad or something.
And that was going to be the big 3, right? And then I guess Blue Beetle would come in as their Spider-Man, but like he's not really. I think that's where the influence of he doesn't want to kill anyone comes from. But it's not honest to the movie, because the movie, everyone's killing everyone and they're celebrating it. And I get that it's bad guys, but like, I don't know. Intellectually, I know they're people, and they're just killing them. And then I know that Blue Beetle is like, I don't want to kill anyone. He teaches the machine this so that I did think it was interesting at the end of the movie. Mega spoilers, guys.
Spoilers, sorry, whatever. It sucks.
Towards the end of the movie, the suit actually conforms and tries to not kill anyone. And I thought, well, that's interesting. Lean into that a bit more, right? But the family runs around killing everybody, like very brutally too. And I guess I don't know who this movie's for. If it's, and the other thing,
I don't know.
All the dick jokes and everything. I mean, there's a lot of them. It's like, so who is this for? Is this like you're trying to be all badass? But it's like figure out who your market is and make that movie. I don't know. It's a frustrating movie. It's not enough for me to watch it again. I'll download the soundtrack. I think the soundtrack is really cool. But I mean, they tried to do the comics. I mean, they had all 3 Blue Beetles represented, and they just didn't do it.
It's just like they didn't do it. I just felt that they betrayed them more than they like. I feel that like, it's like they make fun of Cord Industries. It's awful and all this, and then they say, oh, Cord, it's a man who took over the business and they didn't give it to the woman.
I missed that. I kind of zoned out and that happened. So what are they? So the way she explains it is that Cord Industries was taken over by her father, right?
Yeah, like Ted Cord. No, like
but then they bemoan the fact that he's a man and it was sexism. But what was the alternate Like, did they say
Susan
that?
Sarandon.
So is that what they're what's happening? So they tell
This
a
is what I
story,
thought.
and then they say that Ted Cord, who's her father, and she should be happy that this happened, takes it over.
Right.
Then they cut to Heme or whatever, and he's like, because of sexism, and she's like, yeah. And I thought, did I miss something in this story? That's her father that she's talking about.
Yeah, I thought so. I think so. So she's talking about her father, and then it's like, oh well, she didn't get it, so she was upset. Right. Okay, but you're saying
But she's
okay, so
awful.
but Susan, but
and
she's
they're
awful.
fighting against her the whole movie.
Right. She's the villain. She's killing people. She's experimenting on people. She's
Right.
she races cars. Right. It's like, I don't know. It's like she's a bad person in this movie. So why would you want? So the decision to not give her control of Cord Industries was actually the right decision because she's evil.
Have a line in there that
because we have to say men are
jab,
bad.
like, because of sexism. But like, it makes no sense to the movie itself. He's a good guy, and her father. And
maybe I heard it wrong.
The alternate is this evil woman that they're fighting the whole movie. I don't get, like, because of sexism. I didn't. I because I zoned out, and then that line happened, and then you guffawed, and I was like, yeah, I missed the context of that. But yeah,
I just, first of all, why are these? The problem is that none of these characters would say these types of things.
No, they're injected there for the political messaging, and no one questions on it. It's like the Marvel way, when like someone says something and it's obviously wrong, and none of the characters challenge it because they don't want them to. They want the thing to stand, right? They want the that whatever. It's like, men are assholes, and we were oppressed or whatever, and then no one says anything, and because they want that point to stand.
Right.
It's the same thing. Right. Yeah.
If what's her face says, "Oh, they didn't give it to her because it's a woman," and Jaime should have then said, "Yeah, but she's evil, and we're fighting her now," and then she would have been like, "Oh yeah, you're right." So that was the right decision to not give it to her. But like,
was your father unqualified?
Yeah. Yeah, when he say, "Oh, does your dad not know what he's doing?" It's like, no, he knows what he's doing. Then why wouldn't he get it? Like,
I thought they were saying that like it was sexism because it didn't go to her, like the girl, but she must have been very young at the time, like a kid, so it wouldn't have gone to her,
Maybe
like what's her name? I can't remember her name in the movie. Miss Brazil.
Jenny Cord.
Jenny something.
I'm calling her Miss Brazil.
Miss Brazil.
That's funnier to me, and it's more of a compliment to her. So there you go. Because her character was stupid and moronic. She walks in. Oh, look, there's a scarab. Then walks out.
Yeah, I was like,
and then she gives it to a random person.
So when that happened, I turned to like, don't fucking tell me the whole movie is about them trying to get the scarab, and you're like, yeah, that's what it is. Like, but nobody's guarding it.
Right,
she walks into a room and picks it up, hides it in a burger box, and then walks away. It's like, nobody. This is the most important thing in the universe. It came from space and can power armies, and no one's guarding it. She just comes in and picks it up, and that's it. And then she gives it to the kid. And so they cut to they sort of like pan to a Cord Industries surveillance camera, and nothing comes of that.
Right.
It's like they don't say, "Oh, she gave it to this kid quick." Right. That never happens. Yeah.
And then he takes it home.
It's a made movie. It's hitting beats, but the guy doesn't know what they're for. He knows that they're in movies, and this isn't a superhero movie. This isn't a superhero movie. We're making a superhero movie. It's got the things of a superhero movie. Yeah, but it has to mean something and sing. Like, it has to, you have to know what these things are there for and tell a story,
I can't believe she walked in and picked it up.
Green Lantern committed this same mistake. The only thing was they weren't as stupid about things.
Right.
But it's just the check boxes, right? But yeah, no, she walks in and picks it, and then she just gives it to this kid. And it's like, I don't know, it's the most powerful thing in the universe. I don't understand. and no one's looking for you with a burger box.
And you're the owner of the company. Yeah. You're the owner. Like, just keep walking.
Just keep walking, you're gone. You're out.
And the other thing is, then they take it home to the family, then Jaime is like, oh, she said not to open this. And they're
Yeah.
like, come on, open it, open it, open it, open it, open it, open it,
Like
open it, open it.
kids.
Like
Yeah.
kids, and they open it up and they're throwing it around, then it attaches to them. Like, you guys they killed. I'm like, you're responsible for all of this.
Yeah,
Like,
they
through shenanigans.
endangered Jaime. They killed themselves. It's like Jenny killed that family, and I gotta say this. This is a mega spoiler. That girl, I can't remember her name in the movie.
Daughter.
The daughter is the worst. There's a trope in movies where someone falls for no reason because they need to have someone fall for a character to get left behind.
Die and
there's no reason for it. It's like there's nothing to trip on. They just fall, right? So she gets shot at.
It's like those lambs, those baby sheep that just freeze and fall over when they get.
There's always and one guy falls like, oh, it's like, go on without me. It's like, no, never, and then, never, that kind of stupid shit. So they're shooting at her. She falls. I thought they shot her in the leg and she fell, right? And so she looks up at her father, and there's a shot of her. It's the worst unflattering shot with her butt sticking out and everything goes like that, right? So that totally happens. She literally goes so the father looks back and goes, I'll come back, right? And I was like, oh shit, she got shot, she can't get up, right? So the father comes, and then they punch him in the face, and then spoilers, guys.
Who cares?
Yeah. So he dies in the process, right? So I was like, oh fuck, and then she gets up, and I'm like, wait a minute, I thought she was shot. So she get the whole fucking time? Like, just get. It's like, you fell. Get up.
Get up.
You're being shot at. Is there no urgency at all? It's like, if you stay in one place, now they can shoot you better. It's like, get your ass up. You can get up, right? Why are you going to your dad? What's he gonna do? Pick your ass up? You could pick yourself up.
I thought she died.
Yeah. I
thought she died. I was like, and then the dad comes and he's like, no, and then he got shot. I thought, I thought they're taking out the family.
Both of them. I thought it was the two of them, and it'll be like, oh shit, we gotta avenge them. So it's just the father. But I was like, she could walk the whole time.
But she's not shot.
I said that in the theater out loud. And then she's like, oh, she's crying and everything. I'm like, yeah, but you just killed your father. I saw it. There's no other interpretation to this series of events. It's like she endangered her father by not getting her fucking ass up. It's like she could have got up the whole fucking time. There's no excuse. It's like she fell because of movie trope. And she didn't get shot or anything. She endangered her father. She got her father killed. And no one calls her out on this because it's a poorly blocked and poorly directed scene. It's like, I don't know what the storyboard for this was. It's like it's stupidness. And I was like, and the whole time after that, I had no sympathy for her because I was like, you got your father killed. I know conveniently in the movie, everyone's just going to ignore this, but she got her father killed. You see she got her father killed. In the series of events, she got her father killed. That's how she got her father killed.
No, when she got Sean, when she got up and you're like, she could get up the whole time. I was like, I still didn't believe you. I was like, no, I think she was shot or something.
Yeah,
I thought she died. I thought she got shot and died. And then the dad's like, no, and then he came running back. I'm like, oh, she's still alive. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, oh, I'll help you. Like he gets nailed. It's like, oh, and then he dies. I'm like, oh shit, man. I was like, they're taking everybody out, which would have made the movie way better.
Yeah.
They're taking everybody out. And then she gets back up, like, and I thought it'd be like, remember in He-Man when Courtney Cox got her leg destroyed by it was like, I thought there'd be like some like mold on her. She's like, oh, she just get up and walk. I'm like, but you're fine. And you're like, could she get up this whole time? I was like, yes. I don't. And I'm like, was it a stun rifle? And then I started to question, like, maybe she was hit by a stun beam or something. No, this is so awful.
There's on the ground. There's shooting.
No, they're shooting people. They're killing it.
She's like, and it's like, well, and she's laying there, and I'm like, okay, well, you fell. You could get up now.
Yeah, get up.
And she's just like, hell. She's just looking at her dad. It's like, well, this is.
They couldn't even shoot her.
Things for convenience. It's like the scarab is the most powerful thing in the universe,
Right.
and the suit is the most powerful thing in the universe, and
But
everyone wants it. Except they put a harness on a Blue Beetle, and he's incapacitated in 1
right.
second. It's like, well, it doesn't seem that damn powerful. It's like anytime they want to do that, and it's like later on, Carapax is beating the shit out of him, and then the suit is like, I'm powering down, I can't take it. It's like, and I remember, and the thing was like, what? And you're like that because it's like, I thought
I
this was
was
a powerful thing. What's the point then of any of this?
right.
It's like it looks like you got your thing. It's the
Yeah.
Carapax thing.
Yeah, Omac is better than the Scarab.
Yeah.
Like she's like, oh, he's using the Omac technology. Okay, well, we need the Scarab.
Yeah.
Apparently you don't, because the Omac technology just kicked the crap out of the Scarab technology. So why do you need that?
Yeah.
Like, you're one Omac guy who's not even fully Omac in that point.
Yeah.
Just destroyed the thing.
Yeah.
So, and then you captured him with your your toy claw thing that from
the
Toy Story,
capture copter.
Capture thingy. He captured. Yeah. So that's the capture copter. You're right. That. So, and it's like, okay, so like Blue Beetle sucks. I don't get it. And you can't say, oh, he doesn't know how to use it, because the suit can take over.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, and the suit's
Right?
like, I'm too tired right now. It's like,
Yeah.
what? Yeah.
Yeah. It's the most powerful thing till it's not.
Yeah.
But that okay, look, it's lazy. That's what I'm saying. It's if you're pushing your political message and you're lazy, that's a fail.
Well, that's my problem with fantasy right now, is that it's made by people that don't like fantasy or don't respect it,
Right.
and don't, because I'm sure if you told the director that, it would be like, but it's a fantasy. Like their comeback is, it's a fantasy, so you shouldn't care because none of it is real anyways.
Right.
And it's like, yeah, but one of the keys to making good fantasy is that you connect to it because it all makes sense within its own world. As soon as it breaks its own rules, you're taken out of it and don't like it anymore. You're not connected to it anymore. It's like, no, yeah, it's like, yeah, it's not real, but like at the same time, if you're saying this is super powerful, make it super powerful. Don't make it crap out when it's convenient for you. Don't make that sister fall for no fucking reason because you want the dad dead. It's like, come up with another way. Have him just get caught by a straight bullet. Good God. It's like, it's super easy, And
the thing, because the suit goes off. Like, the suit goes back into itself, right?
Yeah.
So while it's going on, I'm just shoot him.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And the other thing is, just if you're going to be lazy in a cool way. Have another alien come down.
Yeah, you keep saying this is like that, but that's the obvious thing to do. But if it's not done in the comics, then they're not going to do it, right?
Yeah, but
which is a weird reversal of the way things used to be in like the 90s. They would just make up a thing. They would have done like an alien comes and then do like I Come in Peace or whatever. There's like the two scarabs or something, or there's like a villain. There's another thing. Like even in the Batman Brave and the Bold, when he went up, they went to some other planet to go and help those guys or whatever. Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah,
like that was really neat. Okay, so you don't have Batman, so have Ted Cord.
Yeah.
They should. You know what they should have done? The way that the Marvels is doing this with the 3 women, they should have done Blue Beetles and have all 3 guys. That'd be awesome.
So, Phantom, I don't know if you saw the movie, but they do see the sequel at the end. But it's like we know they're not going to make it. Mm-hmm. So,
yeah, it's not going to be made, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, Ted Cord's like, I'm still alive. It's like, oh well. Okay. Well, you're an asshole, aren't you? According to this movie, and you make bad weapons except for when they need them.
I didn't get the impression they were saying he was an asshole.
That's what I'm saying but his company is.
Well, what's his name? His company is, but you know that's not his vision. They try to make that clear. The only thing is, what's his name? George Lopez, is that his name?
Sure.
The guy who plays the
I know who he is. He's the worst character in this movie, but
so he hates like corporations and the establishment,
right? But he likes Blue Beetle.
So he's the guy who calls Batman a fascist. And that kind of makes sense that he would say that, right? But but I think he's the guy who says things like Cord sucks because but he's saying that what they do under Susan Sarandon sucks. I think
but it's not clear when it started sucking. I don't think it was like Ted Cord went missing 5 minutes ago.
But they don't really say when he went missing. Like that whole thing about he's missing. I don't
Yeah,
even
when did
understand.
he go missing?
Like, I don't get the timeline of that. It's
That's
like
what I'm saying. So
I don't
when was
know-
Cord Industries good and when was it bad?
Yeah, I don't know how old Jenny is. That's because she kind of looks older than Jaime, to be honest with me. But yeah.
Well, I don't know what she's supposed to be. Her name is like a weird name, Bruna something. Bruna.
Yeah.
Here it is, Bruna Mercurius, whatever. She is 28.
Okay, so it could be 8 years ago or 10 years ago. You know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, the movie sucks. That's it.
It sucks as another lesson in frustration. It doesn't do anything new. The bug ship was cool.
Yeah.
It's not enough to save this thing. There isn't anything neat, and quite frankly, they're so fixated on telling this like colonialist versus Spanish speaking Latin people thing that they don't have him actually save people and be a superhero. There's no superhero montage. There's no saving. He can't even save his family. Like
Right.
he sucks at that, and it's like that because that gets foiled. So yeah, it's sort of like you walk away saying, well, I don't know, he got defeated a few times. He didn't really come through in the end. His family does a lot of like ass kicking and killing, and they kind of take care of themselves while he's incapacitated. So it's like I don't know who you're supposed to be pumped up for. It loses focus, and all of the things. I mean, we both said this. All of the things are easily predicted. Every scene that you see, how it's going to end.
Yeah. Even if that's why I did say this in my review.
Yeah.
Even if you strip all of this away, Omac, they ruined Kirby and Dan. Forget about all that.
Yeah.
As a movie, it can't get more than like a 5 or 6 out of 10 because it's so generic.
Yeah.
Like you might think, oh, the suit looks cool and the powers
come
are
up
cool.
with your own ideas, like
it's everything. And if you're okay with the whole like, oh, the Mexican people need help and all this, okay.
Yeah.
Even if you're okay with all that, but it's boring.
Yeah.
It's like when something is so predictable, it becomes boring because you're like, oh, and then, oh, look, Carapax. Oh, he's got the big bad memories. Oh God. And it's like, oh, here, like,
I'm going to say something that's probably politically incorrect, but it isn't because of the movie. It's just like, I wasn't clear on Carapax's backstory. I get that. Like, I know he's from a real country where real atrocities happen. I don't know which one. They're not clear about what they're talking about. It's like I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I didn't know where they were.
He's
in
not
this movie.
from Mexico. He's from I don't know where he's from, and like and Americans came in and carpet bombed things, and then picked them up for their project or whatever. But it's like if you want to make a movie about a message, be clear about what the hell it is.
I didn't even know that they were in United States in this movie.
I don't think are they?
It's Texas.
So it's a part of Texas that's okay. That's heavily and that's believable because I told you we went to Texas and I was amazed by the fact that half of it's Mexican.
Yeah,
and that's not something that you see in movies and TV, right?
Yeah, so I didn't know they were in Texas until I came home and read it on IMDb.
Oh yeah, I thought it was a part of LA or something, or maybe just somewhere in Mexico.
It's like because it's so garbage. Like
he's not clear in establishing.
Then tell me the message
what else this guy made, but he's not clear in establishing what the hell is happening. I get that you can blame the studio or something like that, but I mean the fact that he made a 3-hour movie, I had to pare it down to like about 2 hours.
Yeah, that's garbage.
It's every filmmaker today, and I don't understand how that's good filmmaking. I don't know where the hell they're learning all this from, but yeah,
I don't know. All right, we're going to end off there. So next week, 7 p.m. Eastern, Fourth World, episode 2, Legion on a Monday. Transformers is next Thursday. So that's it. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks for voting, all that stuff. See you guys next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.